Alright, my friends. Hope everyone is doing alright out there. Like I said, sorry about the last live stream. We were having a little bit of internet problems. I restarted the router and modem. Hopefully things are a little bit better. If not, I really don't know what to tell you. But we're going to try to get things going here, my friends. Once again, sorry about the inconveniences. Let me know if it's running okay now and all of that fun stuff. But like I said, once again, everybody, sorry about that. Just had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we appear, from what it looks like, things might be a little bit better here, but yeah, everything looks fine now. But anyways, hope everyone's doing all right. Let's go ahead and see who his ear. We have ourselves Caden, we have Hype, we have Time to Kill, we have Haley, we have Wendy, we have Roger. Let's see, we have Moo, we have Frank. What's up, everybody? Hope all of you guys are doing all right. Glad to have you guys here. Once again, it looks like everything is running okay. Let's see, Proxy said the intro is back and better than ever. Whoop, whoop. Is everything good? Let's see, everything's going good so far, says Hype. Okay, that's good. That's good news. Anyways, but like I said, what I was talking about here is we are starting to see a bunch of thunderstorms starting to fire off here, basically across areas of south central Oklahoma. We already do, like I said, we already have a, essentially a severe thunderstorm watch that is in effect here. Across areas of Oklahoma and Texas. Now, this does include areas of Dallas. Dallas-Fort Worth region is indeed included with this severe thunderstorm watch. Now, this will remain in effect here, essentially, for the next 225 minutes, essentially. Let's see here. Katie says hello. What's up, Katie? Triple S says here. What's up? Robin says hi. Let's see. Frank here. Membership for 8 months. Wow. Frank, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Thank you for continuing to be a tropical stormer on the channel. It's been almost a year. That is absolutely crazy. Thank you so much there, Frank. Gabe says, what's up? What's up, Gabe? Hope you're doing good. All Alone Prepper says, hey, what's up? Hope you're doing good out there. What happened to my live stream? Internet problems. Hopefully things are doing good now. Is everything looking good on your guys' end? Let me know in the chat if y'all could. Is everything running smooth now? Like I said, obviously we had a little bit of problems. I literally had to run up there and turn off the Wi-Fi and turn it back on. I had to unplug the router, unplug the modem, everything like that, just to get this to work. But anyways, like I said, right now we're starting to get some thunderstorm formation that is actually starting to fire off here across portions of Oklahoma. Now, we're going to continue to watch this here. This is something we are, indeed going to be, watching, in which we are going to, continue to look at this. But like I said, we do have that severe thunderstorm watch in effect here. Now, there's been a problem about the severe potential for today, and something that honestly kind of has my attention to where I think this we could have a problem with these thunderstorms today trying to fire off here. Let me go ahead and explain to you guys here. So we're going to go ahead and bring up the meso analysis. So basically, like I said, I don't know if you guys have heard the term. I'm sure you've heard of someone say cap. It means a different thing in weather terms. But cap basically is, a blanket. Think of this, a blanket that basically prevents thunderstorms from rising. Basically prevents thunderstorms from forming, essentially. So that could be a problem for today. We switch over here to the meso analysis. Like I said, this is current conditions in the atmosphere, okay? This is current active conditions here right now. Let's see, Frank here with a $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated there, Frank. That big double thumbs up goes to you. Say, let's hope us in Western Kentucky are safe tonight. Absolutely, my friend. Well, obviously, like I said, we have that risk across Kentucky continuing into tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be quite interesting. Like I said, Kentucky actually has an enhanced risk here, which is definitely crazy. But anyways, like I said, we have all of this energy. Like I said, all of this you see here. I'm going to go ahead and bring up our fancy little pen program here that we can actually draw on the screen with. Really, really cool. But we're going to bring this up here, and I'm going to show you guys something. So basically, what the energy, basically the fuel for thunderstorms, does exist all throughout areas of Texas, throughout Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi. There's a lot of energy in place, but you're going to notice how there is a big portion of blue that's right here. This is what we call the cap, and this is actually preventing thunderstorms from firing off here. And I don't know if you guys remember, but we looked back, like I said, we looked back here at the models from yesterday. When we were looking at the models and all, and it showed that line that would have been firing off across northeastern Texas. that is no longer really happening. Like I said, we switch over here to the current view towards Dallas. I mean, you can see the parameters are there. Like I said, obviously we are seeing, you know, essentially the dew points in the mid-60s, which, like I said, that's perfect for thunderstorms and obviously tornadoes and stuff like that. Temperatures, mid-70s, perfect. You know, overall, the surface is definitely supportive, you know, of that thunderstorm activity. However, like I said, obviously that is not really happening. You know, west and south of Dallas is really not anything happening right now. However, we're going to switch over here to the models, and I'm going to go ahead and show you guys something. We're going to take a look here at the latest run from the NAM 3-kilometer model. So we're obviously taking things in the future here. So if you want to follow along with the time here, it's in the top right. Anyways, we have a lot of snow that's going to be falling across areas here towards, you know, Kansas, throughout Oklahoma, for the panhandle of Texas, throughout areas here of, you know, Colorado, you know, maybe southwestern Nebraska, be seeing this as well. We track our way down here in time, and it really doesn't show those storms, you know, really kicking off in Texas until kind of near midnight. This is actually around 10 o'clock local time, but it really shows those storms firing off here in, you know, pretty much here in Oklahoma first. You know, you can really start to see, according to the models, which they seem to be on cue as of right now. Like I said, you can look here, and it's starting to show a lot of that thunderstorm activity happening here around 7 o'clock. I'll tell you what, it is 7 o'clock now, and we take a look here at the current radar view. You notice how there's nothing happening in Dallas. However, there is stuff happening here towards, like, you know, Oklahoma City, just south of it. A few pop-up cells, you know, towards Duncan and Ardmore, those regions here. So obviously, with that being said, like I said, you know, there's really just, you know, nothing severe happening, but we are starting to see a lot of that thunderstorm activity starting to kick off here. So we're definitely going to, you know, be looking out for this here. Let's see, Proxy with another donation, $20. Thank you so much, Proxy. Holy cow, dude, that's super sweet of you. Thank you so much, Proxy. That means a lot to us. Big double thumbs up. Once again, goes to you, Proxy. Thank you so much, Prox, for helping out the channel. But like I said, we are starting to see a lot of that thunderstorm activity already starting to fire off here. Now, like I said, we take this back over here to the future models, and as we track our way down here in time, like I said, obviously as we track our way down here in time here, you're going to notice that line really starts to fire off according to the NAM 3-kilometer model, kind of around 11 o'clock Eastern, which will be 10 o'clock Central Time. So 10 o'clock local to you guys here throughout Texas and those areas there. So that's kind of that. Once again, Proxy, thank you seriously so much for that. That is greatly appreciated. You absolutely rock. Big double thumbs up goes to you. But like I said, obviously this line will continue. Kind of, I really wouldn't say weaken. I mean, it kind of weakens across like Arkansas, you know, later on in the early morning here. However, look at this. Once we track away even further down in time, obviously here for basically, you know, for tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow, we're going to have a really big risk tomorrow. Even forecasted to be bigger than today's. We switch over here. We'll just go ahead and bring this to the eastern United States at this point. The severe thunderstorm possibility stretches all the way down. Get this. All the way down from the Gulf Coast up to the Great Lakes region. There is literally a severe weather threat across a lot of these areas here, which is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, we're talking literally mid-February, and we're seeing the thunderstorm potential, the severe thunderstorm potential, all the way driving up through the Ohio Valley and into portions of the western Northeast. How crazy is that? And like I said, tomorrow we have that enhanced risk here. Now, like I said, it's not only going to be severe weather on the concerns here, but look at this. There's a lot of snow that is also kicking up here. Like I said, we see some snow fire off here from the system across like Kansas, Nebraska, areas of Iowa, areas of Missouri, Illinois, Wisconsin, Michigan, and perhaps even a bit for the Northeast. Looks quite probable, in which that is definitely something we should watch out for. Now, once that cold front kind of goes over the Appalachian Mountains, you know, obviously right there over like the Blue Ridge, over West Virginia, as you can see that line, that cold front really just kind of declines. It kind of just breaks up, essentially. Still kind of somewhat remaining intact across the far southeast for like Georgia region. However, like I said, obviously that is that. And we're going to be seeing a big cool down as a result after this system here. Like I said, we switch over here to the, like I said, we take a look here over at the temperatures and all that fun stuff. And you're going to notice, look at the temperatures. They will start to plummet very, very deep here. You can obviously tell where the cold front's at. That very sharp gradient of temperature, like I said, is really kicking off quite strong here. And we're going to be seeing that freezing point all the way down here, essentially. All the way across areas as far down south towards, like, Texas. I mean, it's going to be crazy. And look at this. These areas up here towards, like, Minnesota, Probably well, nothing you're not used to seeing, but we're seeing these temperatures here kind of near the negatives in some areas. Obviously the lower single digits, possibly into the negatives being possible. So, like I said, as a result, after the system moves through, I mean, look at this. This is just absolutely nuts. We got a lot of warm temperatures coming up from the Gulf of Mexico, essentially right now. Like I said, we have a lot of warm air that's basically just driving its way through the country right now from the Gulf of Mexico. This system will basically sweep all that warm air, push it out, and introduce a lot of cold air for the country. So it is going to be getting a little bit more cooler as a result after the system moves through. Anyways, but that's that, my friends. And like I said, right now, back to the storms and what the storms lookout is essentially. We're going to switch back to the southern plains here. We're looking at the HRRR model now on the future reflectivity. Now, according to the HRRR, it really shows that line kind of firing off here around 11 o'clock. That is kind of what we are talking about here. Between the NAM model, like I said, the NAM 3 kilometer, and between the HRRR, that's what we call the High Resolution Rapid Refresh. That's what the HRRR stands for, High Resolution Rapid Refresh. It's a really high resolution model, and basically, what it is hinting is that the storms, once again, the top right there shows the time. This is in Eastern time, by the way, so 12 o'clock is really 11 p.m. for the Central Time Zone. But it kind of shows that boundary starting to fire off some forms of precipitation here kind of around 11 o'clock as an estimate. And like I said, back over here at the NAM 3K, like I said, it honestly kind of shows that around the same time. Honestly, maybe an hour before. So we're kind of talking, maybe, just maybe around 10, 11 o'clock Central Time for whenever these storms are going to be kicking off there. So that's that, my friends. That is indeed what we are actively seeing here. So once again, that's kind of what we're looking at here with the system here and all of that fun stuff. Let's see here. Let's see. We have a question coming through here saying, what time will the storms hit Gainesville, Texas? And will it be significant? So, for Gainesville, Texas, I'm going to go ahead and bring this up here on my other monitor really quickly, just so I can see exactly where you're at. So, yeah, you are in that severe thunderstorm watch, as you can see right there on my right-hand side. Gainesville, Texas is indeed in that region. Like I said, according to the models here, as an estimated time of arrival, ETA, we're talking a possibility here, once again, maybe around 10, 11 o'clock at the start here, possibly through the, kind of towards midnight. I would say kind of around midnight here is when you're going to get that line of storms move through. But the good news is once that initial line moves through, that is whenever essentially all that severe weather is going to be over with. Like I said, we just have the cold front. Once that thin line moves through, that is whenever all that thunderstorm energy ends. Basically, that's where the environment change afterwards and all that fun stuff. So like I said, overall, once that first line moves through, you're going to be good. However, like I said, kind of around midnight-ish, kind of what we're talking about here. And that actually brings us up here to show you guys the latest convective outlook, as there's currently no active severe weather right now. We do got some new pop-up storms, like I said, here towards Oklahoma, as that's kind of where the cap is breaking. Still a pretty strong cap throughout, the Texas area. Like I said, obviously the cap is basically a big blanket preventing thunderstorms from forming, essentially. And that's in place across the Dallas region. That's why we're not really seeing any activity right now. And like I said, the models support that cap, that blanket breaking, kind of around near, essentially, like I said, once again, kind of around near midnight. So that's kind of what we're looking at. So we're paying attention to that here. But anyways, like I said, we're taking a look here over at the Storm Prediction Center. Like I said, the mother of all forecasters here. This is the Storm Prediction Center. And this is what they're talking about. So for today, we have ourselves an enhanced risk, a severe threat level 3 out of 5. Now, what this means is a pretty big deal. Like I said, obviously that means that we have a level 3 out of 5, meaning severe weather. So the higher the number, the more severe things get, essentially. So we have a dark green area. This is obviously the first level of severity. This is what we call the MRGL, or the marginal risk here. Level 1 out of 5, like I said, that is essentially the first level of severity, which it still counts. You are in that risk, essentially. So, severe risk basically indicating the possibility for some damaging winds, maybe over 58 miles per hour or more, maybe some hail larger than quarter size, and honestly, maybe even the possibility for a few tornadoes. And then we have the slight risk. That's where more of a bigger concern arises, where more storms and more potentially severe, maybe being a little bit more stronger than those what we just listed here. And obviously we have that enhanced region, that dark orange area for eastern Arkansas, western Tennessee, including Memphis, and actually Nashville, I believe. Let's see here. Nashville, I believe, is included, actually. If not, it's right there next to it. So obviously they're definitely for Memphis, but they're for areas of western Tennessee, northwestern areas here of Mississippi. That is the bullseye. That is the big risk here for today. That's kind of where all the nasty stuff is expected to happen. Like I said, obviously that's kind of where the most compacted area of severe storms is expected to happen. That's kind of where the big threat for today is expected. Now they do have a significant threat for tornadoes, and that, like I said, I know that does not really sound good. It's really not, but here we go. So this is the thing here. So we have ourselves a big risk. If you guys are across any of these areas here, my friends, that's anywhere highlighted in green, brown, or yellow, you're at risk for a few possible tornadoes today. Now, obviously, this goes by percentage. So every single 25 miles, you have a 2% chance across the green of seeing tornadoes happening within you. And then across the brown, a 5% chance of tornadoes. So obviously an increased probability by 2.5 factors. Obviously, that is a concern. Then you move into the yellow. The yellow is a 10% chance probability of having tornadoes. Now, what that means is that every 25 miles, picture yourself right in the middle of a 25 by 25 mile square box. There's a 10% chance a tornado could fall around that location. And you're going to notice how that 10% has a little bit of a black dashes going through it. That means something. And like I said, that's where that significant threat comes in. What that means is that there is the potential of maybe, just maybe, some tornadoes going quite significant, meaning they could potentially be above EF2 status, meaning potentially some potentially large tornadoes, essentially. So that's something we really got to be watching out for. And that does include, in that significant area, Memphis is included, Pine Bluff there included. Let's see, Bartlett here in Tennessee. We have South Haven, Mississippi included with this here, Greenville, Mississippi. So all of those areas are included with that significant risk, that big tornado probability for today. Damaging winds is at a 30% chance as well. Once again, that 25 by 25 mile box, a 30% chance we could see some damaging winds, 60 miles per hour or more essentially, across those regions. I'd say some isolated damaging wind gusts up to 70 miles an hour could be possible, according to multiple soundings I've seen on the models. Hail is also a big possibility. And something that's really interesting is that here recently, last time I seen it, I did not actually see this here last time, there is now a significant chance for hail, essentially across where the storms are at right now. Basically being across that watch area. So basically areas of southern Oklahoma and areas of north central Texas. That is where we are seeing a significant hail threat, basically meaning we could see some large hail, basically 2 inches in diameter or larger. This is larger than golf ball size hail being possible across that yellow netted area. 15% chance for that. But now we move into tomorrow. Like I said, tomorrow's risk is even meaner from what it looks like. Once again, we have an enhanced risk here stretching all the way down from Mississippi to southwestern Ohio. We are literally seeing a very large enhanced risk here for tomorrow. That is a very big deal. Tornado probability is a 10% significant. Once again, potential for some large tornadoes, EF2 and higher. Once again, towards eastern Mississippi and western Alabama. That is a big concern here. Damaging winds, once again, a 30% probability here. And hail, once again, a 15% chance. So obviously the main concerns here is tornadoes, followed by that damaging wind concern, and obviously the possibility for some hail. Like I said, the biggest concern, it'll be tornadoes and damaging winds here for tomorrow. That is the big probability here. So, once again, I'm smack dab in the middle of that enhanced risk. I'm actually in a big risk here for tomorrow. So, we're going to have to, I might have to get me some, I might have to go out and storm chase tomorrow. I'm thinking about it, but I'm actually, no, probably not. I'm going to go live with you guys tomorrow during this entire event here, or most of the event. Like I said, obviously, I might have to take a break during the time we get the storms, so I can go outside and be stupid and record it. That's just me. That's what I do. I would not recommend doing that, by the way. That's pretty dumb. So don't do what I do. Don't follow my steps. Do not go outside in the middle of a bad thunderstorm, especially this one, and record it like me. Don't pull a stupid Andrew move, and don't do that. But like I said, once again, very big threat that's in effect here, not just for today, but tomorrow. The next 2 days are going to be action-packed. At least on the forecast table they are. A mixture between all the models have to say. It's going to be pretty action-packed here between today and tomorrow. Something we have definitely got to be watching out here for. So we'll keep that in mind, my friends. We'll definitely continue watching that. Day 3, if you guys are wondering, for Friday, there's no severe weather risk here. So the cold front kind of fades out and moves its way through. So not really a big concern here. But anyways, that is kind of what we are looking at. That is kind of what we are looking at, my friend. So anyways, back over here to the current view. Like I said, here's the current radar view at the moment. We have some storms firing off here just south of Oklahoma City, kind of towards Norman. There's actually a storm right here towards Norman, towards Newcastle. This is right off of 35 and 44. So this is right here off of the regions here directly south of Oklahoma City. We pull up the velocity on this guy. Does not appear to have any areas of rotation, which is good news. So definitely don't gotta be worrying about any of that. However, let's see. We're gonna have to keep an eye on a lot of these storms here today, though, because like I said, obviously the possibility for tornadoes is indeed there. We gotta watch out any of these little pop-up cells. They could definitely do something quite nasty. So we're gonna watch out for that. Like I said, the storms here towards Dallas. There's really not much activity going on right now because, like I said, we have that what we call that cap in effect. I'm sure you guys, heard the slang term cap. This is a different kind of cap. This is like the cap in meteorological terms. Basically just a big blanket that's preventing thunderstorms from forming, essentially. So with that being said, I can actually show you guys right now. Like I said, here's the current conditions across the atmosphere. And all of that blue you see right there, that is the cap. That is all of that. That's that blanket that's preventing these thunderstorms from forming. You can see right there over Dallas, there's a big blanket. And that is preventing all of these storms from firing off. However, later down in time, that cap is actually expected to break somewhat. And like I said, we switch over here back to the models, and you're going to notice how essentially the line is expected to really start firing off here kind of around, maybe around 9, 10 o'clock Eastern. So that's something we're going to have to definitely watch out here for. So we'll definitely keep that in mind here as this, as the storm system continues to move through. And like I said, really for tomorrow, I mean, you can see right there just how crazy that line is going to be. I mean, that line is going to be over 1,000 miles long tomorrow. 1,000 miles long worth of thunderstorms tomorrow. It looks very, very possible. It is definitely really, really crazy looking. And like I said, we switch over here to the eastern United States view. I mean, it is absolutely nuts. Look at this. Like I said, once again, there's not just the possibility for severe weather, but we're also seeing the possibility for some winter weather as well. I mean, seriously, it is quite nuts. So, like I said, those thunderstorms actually kicking off there in the Gulf of Mexico, actually. Kicking all the way up here from the Gulf, going through Louisiana, through Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, and even there's a risk. There even is a little area for western New York State that might see this as well. So like I said, obviously there's a big old line of thunderstorms that is going to be kicking off here for tomorrow. It is going to be pretty crazy to see that play out there. But anyways, yeah, we're going to definitely keep that in the looks out. Like I said, obviously tomorrow, definitely tomorrow, we're going to definitely be on the lookout for that. We're going to have to keep on watching, and we're going to have to keep on, watching out for everything. It's going to be quite interesting here. Now, we're going to move radars over here towards Abilene. It does not look like that there's any thunderstorms even trying to fire off here. You guys might be like, well, isn't that thunderstorms right there? No, that's actually, I believe that's a wind turbine field. I think that's wind turbines that the radar is picking up. You can kind of see that frontal boundary, though. You see that? I don't know if you guys can see that on the radar. See that little guy that's moving like right here, just past Abilene? That right there is the cold front, I believe. I believe it is, that's the cold front, kicking up some dust and maybe some insects and all that stuff, and kind of throwing it up in the air to where radar can scan it. I believe that's what's happening. But all of these, I think these are wind turbines. Like I said, I know the conditions are definitely pretty windy over here. So with that being said, I guarantee you, or I'm very sure, that what we're seeing right here is, basically just wind turbines. And like I said, we can confirm that this is non-meteorological by looking at the correlation coefficient, which indicates it's blue, which shows non-meteorological, essentially. So, but anyways, like I said, that's definitely quite interesting to see there. But we can already start to see that that boundary already moving through Abilene. You're going to notice those temperatures really start to go down. And look at this. What the heck is going on here? Dew point of 13 degrees Fahrenheit with a temperature of 76. That is a very low humidity situation. And with those winds, that gets me wondering, is there any fire concerns here? Hold on, I'm actually going to pull this up here for a second. That's really got me wondering about that because, like I said, that's pretty crazy. Let's see. So the Storm Prediction Center does have a concern for fires on western Texas, but with those low humidities, those low dew points, and between the temperatures and the dew points there, and the winds on top of it, yeah, that's pretty interesting there. I don't know. But anyways, that's that. Like I said, you can actually see that frontal boundary are moving through there. But no storms are firing off here right now as of a moment. But like I said, you can start to see how they are starting to fire off here just to the north, once again here towards Oklahoma, as that cap we were talking about has broke. Basically, that blanket across the atmosphere has indeed came to a break here. Let's see. So the winds across the lower portions, I'm just curious to see here. The winds are pulling north. So basically a couple thousand feet up, maybe 4,000 feet up. So we have the winds that are basically moving directly to the north, coming from the south and moving to the north. And they're basically moving here at around, according to this here, about 35 to 40 knots, which is equivalent to about 40 to 45 miles per hour, essentially. So that's pretty fast moving winds across, the lower portions of the atmosphere. And as we move up in elevation, the wind direction changes to the northeast. So you can see how the winds are now pointing this direction. And they're kind of moving above 50 knots. So that's kind of around 55, 60 miles an hour, essentially. So the winds do kind of change from the southwest to the northeast, essentially. So obviously we have that wind directional change here. Obviously the winds are changing direction as you go up in elevation. And obviously you can see how that wind direction changes moving from north to northeast. So that actually creates what we call spin. That basically creates a spin in the atmosphere that basically kicks off storms. Basically that kicks off, the potential for tornadoes, essentially. So that's kind of the big concern here. And like I said, that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. Is definitely a little bit interesting here with everything going on there. Let's see. Eli has a question saying, how bad will the storms be for tomorrow for Columbus, Ohio? So for Columbus here, we switch over back to the Storm Prediction Center just as a view for you. Once again, just as kind of a reference here. Tomorrow, they actually just now issued a new enhanced risk there. They still have it, same thing in effect here. Tomorrow, for Columbus, you are in that slight risk, that level 2 out of 5 severity. There's a 2% chance of tornadoes within 25 miles of you. There's a 15% chance of you seeing damaging winds 58 miles per hour or more within 25 miles of you. And there's pretty much a zero. I would say less than 5% chance of hail up to quarter size being possible for you. So overall, that's kind of what we're looking at there. Your main concern, obviously, is damaging winds. Maybe mostly some wind gusts that could be quite strong, followed by maybe an isolated tornado. Maybe a tornado or two nearby theoretically could happen, but I would not get your hopes up based off of it. But that's kind of what we're looking at. That is indeed what we are looking at here. But anyways, like I said, right now the storms are starting to kick off here towards Oklahoma City, kind of just south of Oklahoma City here at the moment, in which we are definitely, we're going to continue to watch this here. Let's see here. How are things looking for Dallas-Fort Worth? Is the cap going to hood out for long enough? So according to the models, according to what the NAM 3 kilometer and the HRRR had to say here, here's the thing. So essentially we are seeing that cold front really starting to kick off here. It kind of shows around 9, 10 o'clock your time in the central time zone. That's when the storms should start producing across the Dallas region. That's kind of looking possible. But like I said, that's just a suggestion here for the most part. Let's see, Javier with a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Javier. Greatly appreciated. Definitely means a lot to us. Thank you so much for that. That is super, super nice of you. Big double thumbs up goes to you as well. Thank you so much. But like I said, the cap apparently, according to these models, I'll go ahead and show you really quickly, is not expected to hold out here. Once again, here for southern areas. Like I said, right there. Once again, Javier, thank you so much for that. Greatly appreciated. But like I said, obviously it does kind of show that line basically firing off here. You can see around 10 o'clock, it says on the top right, but that's in Eastern time, though. So basically for 9 to 10 o'clock, kind of shows that line firing off here. I mean, like I said, both the HRRR and the NAM 3 kilometer model do indeed support this. So that's definitely a possibility here. Let's see. Renee says, I missed again for Cincinnati, Ohio. So, Renee, obviously, for Cincinnati region here for tomorrow, obviously, tomorrow's going to be your concern here. We'll go and switch back here to Storm Prediction Center. Your main concern is damaging wind gusts. Maybe the potential for some gusty winds up to 60 miles an hour theoretically could happen. Tornado probability is there as well. Very, very low chances. Nothing to really freak out over. Just a small chance for maybe an isolated tornado within 25 miles. 2% chance. Really low. although the impacts are high with tornadoes, but still a very low probability. Hail is not a concern. Less than 5% chance of seeing hail, basically quarter size or larger. So hopefully that puts things into reference for you there, Renee. But yeah, so that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. Like I said, right now we are indeed starting to see a lot of thunderstorm activity starting to kick off here south of Oklahoma City. Really keeping my eye on some of these cells here. Like I said, obviously these guys could pop off here at any moment, in which I'm going to go ahead and switch over here to velocity really quickly. We're going to take a look here and see if there's any form of any rotation happening with these, and it really does not look like that's a thing as of right now, which is definitely good. But like I said, that's something we're just going to have to continue to watch here. That's just something that we're definitely going to need to watch out for, and we're going to continue to see if, that actually does play out, obviously to what is forecasted here. Let's see. Angelina says, hello, everyone. I'm in Michigan. Our local weather is saying snow and ice, and I am saying Nashville, where my son lives, risk area for tornadoes. Yeah, so Nashville, Tennessee is actually under the enhanced risk. So that's the big threat for tomorrow. I'm actually in that risk as well, believe it or not. I'm actually north of those regions, which I'll bring back up the Storm Protection Center here. So yeah, Nashville being basically northwestern Tennessee, we have the enhanced risk. You can see right there, it says Nashville and Tennessee included. There is 11 million people inside of that enhanced risk area. 13 million people inside of that slight risk, and 24 million people inside of that marginal risk here. So there is roughly 50 million people that's going to be impacted possibly by severe weather tomorrow. So that's kind of a big deal here. But that's that. That's kind of what we are looking at. But yeah, so Nashville is indeed in that. Like I said, I'm actually up here towards Louisville, so I'm a little further up north. But Nashville is indeed included. So tell your son to obviously be on the lookout tomorrow. Tell your son to obviously be preparing for, prepare for the worst. Like I said, expect the worst and obviously prepare for the worst. And if it plays out to where it's not as strong, that's obviously great news. But like I said, obviously if it, once again, if it plays out essentially to where, obviously if it plays out to where it's bad, at least you're prepared for it, So that's kind of what we are, obviously that's kind of what we are seeing here, that's kind of what we're looking at. So, once again, between today and tomorrow, that's kind of a big thing we gotta be watching out here for. Is Chicago being affected by rain or any severe weather tomorrow morning? So, no concerns of any severe weather for Chicago. However, we switch back over here to the models really quickly, just as a brief little show off to kind of show you what we're looking off here. There's a possibility of a bit of snow, actually, for areas of Chicago. You can actually see that drive its way through there. A bit of snow towards those locations actually looks quite possible. Yeah, the severe storm is expected to remain just to the south of you. So that's that, my friends. So yeah, Chicago's probably going to see a bit of snowfall just as of the accumulation factor of what we possibly can see here. The National Weather Service forecast has actually really brought up those snowfall accumulations here. Towards Chicago, we're actually talking the potential of kind of around maybe 2 to 4 inches, kind of just playing it safe here. But just know you're on a very strong gradient line. Not far to your south, the snow totals drop dramatically. Same thing, the more higher you go up north, the snow totals go up dramatically. So you're kind of right there on a weird boundary to where it could be a lot, it could be a little. So it's honestly very difficult to forecast. I would go in the range of 2 to 4 right now, but that could definitely change here. But that's that. Eli says you got to go out and do some storm chasing. I usually do. That would be pretty cool. Let's see here. But I usually don't, do it on camera here. That would be awesome to see you get out there. Yeah, the only problem is I don't know how I would stream to you guys. I'm going to eventually have to figure all that out here. Maybe get like a mobile hotspot or something to stream from. But we'll figure all that out eventually. Let's see here. I work on the Mississippi River on a tugboat. Let's see here. Convenient Louisiana, or inconvenient Louisiana, should I be worried for work tomorrow? So, let's see, convent, did I say convenient? Oh my gosh. So, for that area here, in Louisiana, so yeah, you're right there on that channel, west of New Orleans. So, New Orleans is at risk for severe weather for tomorrow. However, should you be really worried? Probably not. No, you should be all right. There is a small little risk here for you. You're kind of on the boundary between the slight and the marginal. However, just wait for that one little line of storms to move through. If you can, go on break while it goes through, and then you can get probably back to work. It probably should not have any big concerns for you. Nothing I would nothing be really too worried about. But like I said, those storms, I mean, theoretically, there's a possibility we could have a few severe storms on that line, but keep an eye out there for it. Let's see here. How does the storm look for Conway, Arkansas? So obviously here, okay, so obviously Conway, Arkansas, I've seen you before there, right there north of Little Rock. So for today, Little Rock does indeed actually have a risk here. Little Rock, Arkansas is inside of the enhanced risk. Barely in that enhanced risk. So you got to be watching out for it. Keep an eye on it. Tornado probability is there, so watch out for that. Damaging winds. So damaging winds, tornadoes, and hail is actually all a possible concern for you. So keep an eye out for that. Let's see here. But that's kind of what we're looking at here. Robin says 44601. Okay, Robin, we'll take a look here for you. Listen, this is across portions of Ohio. So obviously you're going to be impacted tomorrow. This is in Alliance, basically northeastern Ohio. So yeah, obviously you're there towards Cleveland. Now we do have ourselves a, actually I believe a marginal risk here for you. Yeah, so watch out. Little low severe weather threat. Nothing too crazy, but keep an eye out there for it. Let's see here. Looks like my area here in Lynn County, Kansas, will be getting a bit of freezing rain and snow in a couple hours from now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so honestly, yeah, that's not the only concern here, is the severe storms out of this system. There's also a really big concern here for winter weather as well. And like I said, there's a big streak of snow that this is going to be leaving behind here, essentially. Once again, we actually move over here to the central plains here. You can see Kansas right there. We're going to start to see some of that snow move its way into the region here, actually, right now, essentially. Which, let's actually take a look here at the radar view. Let's see if there's actually anything kicking off there, since really there's no severe thunderstorms popping off right yet. Let's go switch over there right now. So it looks like there is a lot of precipitation, but we're going to turn this to the winter weather radar. And yes, there's a lot of snow happening here. Really heavy, looks like. That dark blue is representing some very, very moderate heavy snowfall that's falling here. Basically in eastern areas of, obviously eastern areas of Colorado and into portions here of Kansas. So yeah, absolutely. That's what we're looking at. So a lot of snow is going to be moving through those areas here. Temperatures are very cold. Look at that, 16 degrees over there. That's pretty crazy. Look at those wind gusts too. Pretty windy out there. I bet that's not making the conditions feel any better. That's gonna be pretty daggone frigid, I tell you what. But yeah, you gotta watch out for some snow out of that area. And then, like I said, really, it's crazy how not far to the south the temperatures are in the 70s. Like, it goes from that. It's like a 60-degree difference in, like, what, 300 miles or so? Like, it's just ridiculous. It's crazy how Mother Nature works sometimes. Like I said, you got yourself a low pressure system, a lot of warm air coming up and a lot of cold air backing down. That's the reason it's cold over here and warm up there. But it's just pretty crazy. You know, it's just really, really crazy. Let's see here. Thank you, no problem. Let's see here. What is the tornado risk for North Mississippi tonight? So back over here to the Storm Prediction Center here for tonight. Obviously, northern Mississippi is included with it. The highest probability is a 10% significant chance. That's across the far northwestern sides. Once again, showing that possibility of, first of all, a 10% chance of tornadoes happening every 25 miles. Like I said, essentially, we have ourselves that dashed line. Like I said, once again, that shows us that significant tornado threat. We call this the hatch risk. This is basically showing us that we have the potential for maybe some large and damaging tornadoes, perhaps EF2 or higher. Could be possible. So watch out for that. Pretty strong tornadoes are possible for northwestern areas here of Mississippi. But anyways, that's kind of what we're looking at. You know, obviously we're paying attention for all of that stuff. So keep an eye on it. Obviously, if you have anybody, if you live there, if you know anybody who lives there, seriously, give them an update. Like I said, keep them updated, stuff like that. Like I said, obviously, with everything going on right now, things are expected to be a little crazy. Yeah, between today and tomorrow. It's going to be quite interesting to see here. Let's see here. Can someone check the weather for North Ridgeville? Where is Ridgeville? You gotta leave a state here. That way I know which way to look off. Because states have, I'm sure there's multiple different Ridgevilles. Anyways. But that is that. Moose says, I want to go to Seattle. Huh, I never really thought about going to Seattle. I guess you do have that big UFO building, whatever it's called. that big old tall object. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that would be pretty cool. I mean, Washington, it is pretty. It is a pretty state. I'll tell you what. I've never been there, but I've seen many pictures of it. Let's see. I only have a phone for info. Thank you, says Susan. No problem. Yeah, no problem at all. Let's see here. I saw a video on Ryan Hall about polar vortex shifting and some crazy cold air in the U.S. Do I think this will happen? Let me pull this up here. So what I like to go off of for those temperatures is obviously a mixed model opinion here. Obviously, I don't like to just focus in on one model. Like I said, obviously, I really don't like doing that at all. It's really not how you forecast. However, let's see. So we track our way down in time. So obviously we're going to have a big a huge cooldown with this system that's moving through here. And I'm actually going to show you guys something. So here is the blend of models with the temperatures heading up here. So first of all, you can see how cold those temperatures actually get here. I mean, it is going to be absolutely frigid across a lot of the country as a result from this cold front here. We track our way down here further in time. Now, eventually, this is pretty far out though. I mean, this is literally out for the 20th. You know, I really don't like going 5 days or more out. But the further we go down, it kind of shows that line pushing a little further south. I'm not so trustworthy on that. If I'm being honest with you, I'm not so trustworthy on that. But we'll definitely continue to watch it. I mean, if it pops up on my radar view, I'll definitely start talking about it if it happens soon. Well, in the next 5 days, no. That's not really a big concern. But other than that big cooldown that's expected out of this system right now, yes, that's expected. That's something we're going to look at for. And actually, I want to show you guys this here, which is definitely pretty interesting. We move back here over to the forecasts. From the official National Weather Service forecast. Look at this. Minimum temperatures tonight. Look at that. Pretty daggone cold. Minimum temperatures tomorrow is crazy. Look at this. So these areas right here, every single area inside of here, you know, Minnesota region, we're talking literally the temperatures below zero. Below zero temperatures. That is pretty crazy. That freezing point is all the way down in southern Texas. That right there, my friends, that's the freezing point. Everything over here, this is all below freezing. That is pretty crazy. Pretty daggone crazy here. Let's see, is Ohio going to get anything? Yes. Ohio is at risk here for some nasty potential of some storms here for tomorrow. Back over here at the Storm Prediction Center here, we're going to fit this screen here for y'all. Tomorrow's risk does include a lot of Ohio. Actually, most of Ohio is in some form of the risk here. The highest probability, the biggest areas in Ohio is southwestern areas of, obviously, southwestern Ohio, including Cincinnati. Then we have that slight risk for, Columbus, and then we have that marginal risk there for areas here of, Cleveland. So, yes, so Ohio will be impacted by this here, and most of the terms of severe weather potential. And like I said, we obviously have that potential there for maybe some tornadoes, theoretically. Damaging winds is kind of the primary concern for areas here of, obviously, that's kind of the primary concern here for Ohio is the damaging wind possibilities, and obviously hail too. It is kind of a concern. So that's that. Let's see. Uncafe says, "Hey, what's up? Hope you're doing good." Let's see. Andrew Mount Rainier is awesome. Beautiful scenery and great hiking. Gotcha. Let's see here. Token wants me to take a look here. All right, so 44030. Where is this at here? We're gonna look this for you. This is in Ohio. Okay, this is far, basically up here towards Cleveland. So yeah, you have that marginal risk there. Tornadoes not necessarily a big concern at all. You're barely even in that 2% risk there. Damaging winds is kind of the main concern there. Hail's not a concern. So watch out for maybe a few gusty winds tomorrow. That's kind of your only main concern there. Yeah, it's just maybe a few gusty winds that's kicking off here. Anyways, little radar update for you guys. Like I said, storms are just now, they've been firing off here for the last hour or two across areas of like Oklahoma. They now are moving into Oklahoma City. However, they are not severe as of right now. They are just normal thunderstorms. I'm sure that they probably have some special weather statements on them. Basically just, not needed for anything severe quite yet, but they're saying that they're strong storms here. Let's see, special weather statement. And there you go. Yep, there is special weather statements here on 2 of those cells here. Let's see, talking about the potential here of 50-mile-per-hour winds and half-inch hail, which is not considered severe. 58 miles an hour or more and quarter size or higher, that's considered severe. That is just sub-severe status here. Anyways, but that's that here. How is Memphis doing? So Memphis, Tennessee is at a big risk here for tomorrow. You're in that enhanced risk, big tornado probability, big chance for damaging winds and hail. So watch out if you're across Memphis. It's been really windy here, says Token. Yeah, it has. For a lot of people, it's going to continue to be windy probably for a little bit as well. How is Shreveport area looking? So Shreveport, obviously this is Louisiana, I believe, right? Yeah, Shreveport, Louisiana. So northwestern Louisiana. Obviously for the Shreveport region, I mean, right now there's really nothing happening for you. But I tell you what, just because nothing's happening right now does not mean you're at risk for anything. Because you are. You have yourself a threat for today. You are in that slight risk. Like I said, once again, that's the level 2 out of 5. Which, like I said, that is a severe weather risk. It is something you should monitor. Tornado potential is at a 5% chance. So basically, once again, you're smack dab in the middle of a box, 25 miles north, 25 miles east, 25 miles west, and 25 miles south. Everywhere in that box has a 5% chance of a tornado happening. Okay, so a 5% chance of a tornado happening across the region there. So that's something to definitely watch out there for. Okay, so that's something to keep an eye out there for. Is a possibility for a few tornadoes. Damaging winds kind of seems to be a bigger probability here. Also, hail. Hail is a possible concern as well. Maybe some hail could get up to quarter size or larger. So to keep that in mind, that's definitely a possibility here. So keep that in mind, my friend. Let's see here. But that is that, my friends. That is what we're looking at. Like I said, obviously right now, like I said, we take a look here over at the meso analysis. Like I said, this is current conditions here. We're having a bit of problems with the storms firing off here towards Dallas. Like I said, you see that blue right there? This is basically a big blanket. We call it cap. That's basically preventing these thunderstorms from forming. But like I said, the models, the future projections, the NAM 3-kilometer model, the HRRR, high resolution rapid refresh model, that one talks about the potential here of essentially that cap or that blanket breaking and allowing storms to form kind of around 10, 11 o'clock Central Time. Okay? So that's kind of whenever the storms are going to start driving south according to the models. Once again, models are not perfect. It's just a suggestion. That's what the overall overall model has to say about that. And like I said, right now we can actually see there on the radar view alone, there's a bit of storm activity kicking off here towards areas just south or in Oklahoma City and south. And like I said, we can actually blow this up here on the main radar view here, and you can actually see right now we got ourselves a few a lot of these storms popping off. Like I said, none of these are severe. We have special weather statements as of right now, which is basically just a very mild severe. It's not even severe, honestly. This is what we call a special weather statement. Basically just a sub-severe thunderstorm. So basically just a thunderstorm that's not considered severe, although it is a strong. It's called these strong thunderstorms. Not necessarily severe, but they're not average either. They're strong, but they're not, like, life-threatening, essentially. However, 50-mile-an-hour winds out of this guy is it's getting close to severe. It has to be 58 or more. Half-inch hail has to be quarter size. So obviously, with that being said, not quite at the severe status, but it's getting there. It's definitely working towards it. But anyways, that's that. That's kind of what we're looking at there. Let's see. Elevated says, how is 72562 looking? Okay, so this is across areas here of Arkansas. So yes, Arkansas does have a very big risk here. You're in northeastern Arkansas. So for you, my friend, tonight's going to be your big possible concern here. It's going to be after midnight. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, the storms are going to be happening after midnight. That's a big concern, is the potential for nocturnal tornadoes. I don't like that, but it's a possibility where nighttime tornadoes could theoretically be kind of possible. However, the storm predictions are here for you. Obviously, northeastern Arkansas there. You are there right next to that enhanced risk. So definitely, like I said, obviously it's a possibility we should definitely consider watching this. So keep that in mind, my friend, and we'll continue to see this. Let's see here. Moose says, if you don't mind subscribing, helps tremendously. Yeah, I'd be greatly appreciated, my friends. If you're not already, consider hitting that subscribe button. Thank you so much. Let's see. Justin says, do I think that the Dallas-Fort Worth will miss out on the severe storms? Honestly, I really, it's very hard to tell. The models show the cap breaking here, but the cap's still pretty daggone strong. Like I said, basically that cap is that big blanket that's preventing these storms from firing off here. Something I'm going to show you guys. Let's see. We'll pull up the RAP model. This is the rapid refresh model. Let me pull up the conditions here just as an idea. Let's see. So it shows that cap in effect here. Yeah, you can see how, so basically that capped area, basically that blanket, you can see how it's kind of striping right through all that energy. Holy cow, that's a lot of energy. But yeah, that striping that goes through, that's showing that blanket still there. It really shows that cap breaking once it moves like over Arkansas, those areas there. However, honestly, it's very difficult. It's very, very difficult to call that. It's literally about a 50-50 shot at this point, I would say. Let me see a sounding here from the RAP model. Let's see how strong this cap is, because sometimes if the cold front's strong enough, it could easily bust that cap. Yeah, you see that? You see the temperatures, how they kind of go a little bit high there. Yeah. Now, the models, like I said, the models do show those storms firing off here, but kind of weak for those areas and not really kicking off there until like after those readings. I'm going to say it's quite possible you're probably going to see maybe some strong storm activity just because, like I said, obviously, I mean, because the instability is there, the winds are there, and even a pocket of a non-capped area could throw off some storms, absolutely. But yeah, but that's that there. Let's see here. Let's see. Angelina says, is it true that Nashville is looking like it's going to be hit? Yes, Nashville is actually one of the big risk areas here for tomorrow. Once again, we have a level 3 out of 5. Like I said, so the scale goes from 1 to 5. 1 being the least of a concern for severe weather, 5 being the most of a concern. You're in level 3. That is the biggest risk here for tomorrow's event. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal. And like I said, you can see Memphis being right there. Obviously, southwestern Tennessee, you're right smack dab at that enhanced risk. Tornado probability there is inside that 10% chance. So there's a pretty big chance we might see a few tornadoes nearby. 10% chance might not sound like much, but it actually is. It all adds up with all these areas combined. And there is the possibility. There is the possibility for some of these tornadoes being quite strong too. And what I mean by that is EF2 and higher. According to what the Storm Prediction Center has to say, we have a very, very strong, we call lower level jet stream. Basically a lot of strong winds coming a couple thousand feet up and screaming to the north. And then you have those winds changing directions, changing to the northeast with the altitude. As you go up higher, it changes, and that creates the spin for tornadoes. And that's there. That's there. Both the energy and the winds are there to basically support that. So, pretty crazy. Cole says, let's see here. Cole says, tomorrow, will it be a severe threat? 4 out of 5. I don't think so. Honestly, I kind of think it's going to stick at that enhanced risk here. The reason I say that is because of the limited amount of instability that is in the atmosphere. Now, if the instability values were as high as they were today, probably, yeah, it would probably go moderate. But I think it's probably going to stay enhanced. That's what I think. I mean, that's my opinion. Take that how you want to take it. But like I said, that's kind of what I think is going to happen here. That's what I think. Let's see here. Angelina says, thank you, my son lives there. Well, Angelina, tell your son to be safe out there. Like I said, tomorrow's when we're expecting those storms here. Let's see here. Susan says, I'm in the bullseye. Well, stay safe there, Susan. Kevin says, hey, Andrew, what do I think Adams County, Ohio will look like for tomorrow? So let's see. Well, first of all, I got to figure out where Adams County's at because I have no idea where that's at. Let's see. So Adams County here is on the far south side. Okay, so my friend, you are in the enhanced risk, I believe. Or sorry, hold on, let's see. Let me double check that. You are very close to the enhanced risk. You're actually in that slight risk, I believe. Let's see. Yeah. So you, my friend, like I said, obviously you, my friend, are indeed in the slight risk here, which I'm going to show you guys. So you, my friend, are right here. I can't tell you how many times I've said you, my friend. Put a counter somewhere. That would be crazy. Anyways, but right here in like southern Ohio, you have that slight risk there. Tornadoes, 2% chance, so watch out for that. Your main concern is actually damaging wind possibilities. Maybe a little bit of small hail could theoretically happen, nothing really too large. Once again, your main concern is damaging winds, followed by maybe a tornado. Could be possible. Like I said, definitely could be possible here. Let's see, we need more likes, guys. Great for Drew's channel, says Hack. Thank you so much, Hack. Really appreciate it. Moose says, don't forget to get a drink and give Corky a big hug for me. All right, I will. But anyways, but yeah, so that's that. So Kevin, like I said, obviously you are in that risk there. So make sure you keep an eye on it, okay? Keep an eye on it for tomorrow, as it is definitely a big possibility here. But anyways, like I said, I wonder if you guys are wondering about what this big bracketed area is here. This is an active severe thunderstorm watch that's in effect here, basically for the next little bit. These regions here, this does include Dallas, this does include Oklahoma City, south of Tulsa. Okay, so this is right here, my friends. Like I said, this is a severe thunderstorm watch. Obviously saying that severe thunderstorms over the next few hours is possible. 175 minutes to go, so do the math there. That's a little bit less than 3 hours, right? A little bit less than 3 hours, so 2 hours an hour, or sorry, 120 minutes. Yes, that is like, what, like 2 hours and 55 minutes? Is that right? I think 255, 175 minutes is 2 hours and 55 minutes. I don't know. I don't know if my math is, I'm pretty bad at on-the-spot math, but something like that. You know, just a little bit less than 2 hours. But anyways, but like I said, that's the watch that's in effect here, basically telling you to keep an eye out for the weather as conditions are favorable for severe potentials. With that being said, maybe the possibility for some damaging winds, perhaps a few tornadoes, and maybe some hail. Okay, so that's that. Definitely keep an eye out there for that. Let's see here. Susan says, no sleep tonight or tomorrow. I'll be in Tupelo tomorrow, says Susan. So yeah, Tupelo. Yeah, that's there in Mississippi. Obviously, that's kind of one of those big areas here. Tupelo is right there in that enhanced risk, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, that is actually pretty crazy, essentially. So we're gonna need to definitely watch out for it. Interesting. So there's some storms that are starting to fire off here in Mississippi, actually. I didn't see that happening. Let's see here. So that's for Mississippi. Y'all see these guys? They're little, these are worm cells. Sometimes you get little shrimpies, what I call them. These ones I'm going to call worms. These are worm cells. It's basically just long, very, very wide, but skinny. Very, very wide, but thin, essentially, cells that's popping off here. But anyways, that's definitely interesting. I don't think they have any really big concern. I'm going to pull up the meso-analysis here. Like I said, this is current conditions here. Where these storms are at is basically east central. So right, here we go, right in there. I mean, there is enough instability, over 1,000. I mean, that's enough instability to fire off some storms, possibly some severe ones too. Let's see. Lower level winds, 850 millibars. Wow. Okay, so about 25 knots. That's about 30 miles an hour or so. Okay. That honestly, yeah, strong mid levels, about 30,000 feet up. So that could honestly, with these little guys in the environment that these storms are in right now, there's enough instability and possibly, like I said, the wind direction, wind speeds is enough to maybe actually produce a weak tornado. Wouldn't say anything large, but as of right now, with these little these little worm cells, these things possibly could maybe produce a weak tornado or so. I think that's a possibility. Like I said, the environment is there for it. So, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see. But it's definitely interesting to see how that's popping off here. I wonder what the echo tops on these. I wonder how tall these guys are reaching. Let's see. Echo tops on these puppies are, let's see, 25, okay, near 30,000 feet. So that's right there at that 500 millibar line, essentially. That's basically where we looked at those mid-levels. So, yeah, the winds are moving about like 50 knots, a little bit higher to the northeast at the top of these thunderstorms here. And towards the base, they're kind of moving around, like I said, maybe around 30 miles an hour. Which, like I said, that could honestly support, yeah, maybe a few tornadoes. I mean, those storm tops are definitely high enough. Yeah, KFT stands for kilo feet. Kilo meaning 1,000, FT meaning feet. So that's just 33,000 feet. Just a little bit of a sciencey thing for you guys, but that's what that means. So, but yeah, I mean, that's definitely something to watch out there for. Let's see here. In Tennessee, it looks like. Let's see. There's a storm popping off here north of Huntsville, Alabama, over the Tennessee border, for areas south of Lawrenceburg. Doesn't look like it's doing anything crazy, but let's see. Velocity on that puppy. Yeah, really not showing. Oh, hold up. That's a new little area. That might be a little bit of weak rotation. Small mesocyclone. Interesting. Rudy says, thanks for being on, Andrew, and thanks to the mods, too. No problem, y'all. No problemo. Like I said, if y'all have any questions during this, I'm going to be here for you. Like I said, tonight we're not going to be on that long, not as long. You know, we probably have ourselves another hour in us in this stream here. Reason I'm not staying live for the whole thing, because like I said, my girlfriend flew down here yesterday. I want to spend some time with her. However, tomorrow, we're going to be live a long time tomorrow. Tomorrow is a full day of live streaming, which is definitely pretty... going to be pretty interesting, as it's such a widespread event here. So, pretty crazy. Let's see, any updates in Dallas, Fort Worth? So, for Dallas, here right now, like I said, we still have that cap that's in effect, essentially. So, that blanket that's preventing these storms from firing off, essentially. Here at the moment, it appears, like I said, right now at the moment, it appears actually that some of these storms are now breaking into, yeah, they're now breaking into the Texas line, it looks like. However, they're not towards Dallas yet. Still too strong of a cap still, but, you know, honestly, it's getting there. It's definitely getting there. Let's see, Abilene, we have a bit of, yeah, once again, these are just wind turbines on the radar here popping up, which is pretty interesting. But like I said, you can really see that boundary. You can really see that frontal boundary right there. See that big line? That's the front. That's a cold front kicking up some dust, maybe some, you know, once again, like mosquitoes, maybe some flies, whatever. Something that's being scanned by radar there. Even you can see it, which is interesting. But yeah, that's that. Let's see here. Anything for Austin, Texas tonight? So Austin, Texas, being right down here south of Waco. So Austin, Texas is not in the risk for anything severe. So I think you're good. I think you're good there. If you're in Austin, I think those cells honestly probably won't really fire off for you. Once again, I think that cap might remain in effect there for you, which it could be a problem, honestly. Definitely could be a problem here. Let's see. Hack wants me to take a look at the zip code of 27587 across North Carolina. Okay, so right now, at the moment, there's no risk for you. So for any severe weather, so you're good. There's no risk for North Carolina. Once again, we look here back at the Storm Prediction Center. The overall severe weather threat ends off here. Like I said, we have tomorrow's risk there. North Carolina's there, and then obviously for Friday, yeah, there's no risk there. So with that being said, you're good. Yeah, you're good, my friend. You are good. Anyways. But that's that, my friends. Once again, like I said, if you have any questions throughout this, my friends, like I said, please let us know. I want you guys to be safe out there. Obviously, the main thing on this channel is making sure that you guys are staying safe out there, making sure you guys are well alert of what's going on here. That is starting to form that line. Let's see here. So you see that? Yep, that's turning into more of a linear concern, or more of a linear pattern here. Let's see. We're gonna turn off these special weather statements here. We don't need these. They're just gonna crowd up the screen here pretty soon because all the storms that are popping off. However, yeah, these guys are really starting to fire off here. They are really starting to kick off. That's interesting. Moving towards Shawnee. Let's see here, south of Norman. Yeah, that's something we're gonna watch out for. Hype says freeze warning in Southern California. Let me see here. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, actually there is. Yep, there's also some in Arizona, southwestern side. This kind of shows you how cold it's getting. I mean, look at that. Wow. Yeah, all that right there. Those are all freeze warnings, meaning the temperature is getting below freezing. It's in the forecast. Actually, we moved back to that. Look at all those winter storm warnings in effect. Eastern Colorado, throughout areas actually far northern Texas, also included there. Kansas, Nebraska, northern Missouri, through Iowa, through Wisconsin, through northern Illinois as well. That's that. That's the severe thunderstorm watch we have in effect here. That color right there, kind of like that pink lemonade color, essentially. That's kind of bright. That's where that severe thunderstorm watch is in effect here. We actually also have that overlaid right here. But yeah, I mean, like I said, those storms they actually are starting to fire off here in Texas now, which is interesting. And I believe that line's just going to continue to grow to the south here over the next few hours. Kind of what the NAM 3K and the HRRR model had to say about it. But there's some good support of that, and like I said, it's also forming into a line rather than sporadic individual isolated cells. There's still a few isolated guys. I mean, like these two right here. These are isolated storms, but nothing like the compact linear type of line we have right here, essentially. But like I said, this whole thing is eventually probably going to turn into just a big line of storms here. It's on the forecast table. It is expected to. But anyways, that's that. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and pause the radar here for a second. We're going to switch over to velocity. I want to see what's going on over here. That's a bit of strong winds. That might be a new area of rotation developing here. Let's see. Let's take a look at that over the last few frames. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to watch out for that area. That's a little interesting. Definitely a little heightened area of rotation. Yeah, I'm turning off that light, y'all. It's kind of blinding. But that's quite interesting. So we're gonna need to watch out for that here pretty close. Which we will see, my friends. We'll see how that goes. Like I said, that cap is kind of broken over here towards Oklahoma. Kind of broken up there. Once again, though, it's still pretty strong across the Dallas region, so it's probably gonna take a while before these storms start firing over here. But with that being said, I mean, hey, that's that. Scott says hi. What's up, Scott? Hope you're doing good. Moose says rotation. It looks like it. It looks like there's a bit of rotation kicking off here with that one cell. Let's move back over to velocity for a second. Definitely some strong winds. I wouldn't say it's really rotating right now, but that's it's got my attention, that's for sure. We'll have to continue to see what that's gonna do. Back to Dallas radar here. We're gonna try to grab some info on these lower cells. Let's see this just barely has those storms even breaking the Texas area. The radar shows that. But we'll definitely have to keep an eye on it. Linda says, doing well, waiting for the snow tomorrow. Yeah, there's a lot of people getting snow out of this event here, too. Absolutely. And let me actually show you that really quickly. Here's the actual forecast from the National Weather Service regarding snowfall totals. It is pretty crazy. Look at this. So here we go. So this is the overall possibility here of the snowfall accumulation. So we'll switch over here to the central U.S. A big streak here, throughout like northern Kansas, southern Nebraska area, throughout northwestern Missouri, basically southern, south central areas of Iowa. We're talking areas here over 6 inches in the forecast. Obviously probably anywhere from, I'd say, being fair, 5 to 10 inches is kind of what we're talking about here. It's kind of a big range, but that's kind of what we're looking at. Definitely is pretty interesting. Midwest, that continues up through, like I said, areas there towards Chicago, maybe around 1 to 3, or sorry, 2 to 4 there. Across the regions there. It was 1 to 3 yesterday. Now it's kind of changed to 2 to 4. But yeah, so once again, we still have that big streak of snow cutting right through the middle of that line there. Which is interesting. We have a little bit of ice too. It looks like areas here like in northern Missouri, northern Missouri there might have a little bit of ice into areas of Illinois as well. That might be a possibility. Something maybe we should consider watching out for. But like I said, I mean, guys, yeah, these storms are indeed starting to fire off here. Scott says our local weatherman saying it's 3 to 6 inches in Wisconsin. Gotcha. Yeah, that's honestly fair. But once again, that's what we're seeing here. The storms are indeed starting to fire off here. We'll switch over here back to Oklahoma City. Yeah, there's some interesting storm here, or storm activity starting to pop off here towards Oklahoma City. These storms look like they're moving pretty quick here too. Let's see. Yeah, they're definitely cruising. Yeah, Shawnee just got that one storm in like the matter of just a few minutes. I mean, that's just pretty crazy. Alexander says, how much snow for Lincoln, Nebraska? So for Lincoln here, let's see. We're gonna switch over here to Nebraska for you. Whenever it comes to the overall accumulations here over the next 48 hours, we're kind of talking, the range. Okay, so the expected amount is around 5 inches. But honestly, we know very, very well not to trust that based off of what that says. So honestly, if we're being quite honest with you, we're kind of talking maybe 4 to 8 inches. I mean, theoretically could be possible. Maybe some localized areas theoretically could get higher. I mean, it's possible. With some heavy snow bands, not a ruled out thing there. But like I said, we're kind of expecting maybe around 5 inches or so. But like I said, once again, kind of around 4 to 8 inches is kind of possible there. That's kind of what we're looking at. Time to Kill says good night. I'll see you later. But yeah, that's kind of what we are seeing there. That is indeed what we are looking at. So. But once again, like I said, guys, right at the moment, we have no active severe warnings in effect here. We're going to go ahead and pause that radar view for one small second here. We're going to switch back to velocity. That's about to go tornado warn right there. Yep, that I told you. I knew this thing was rotating, and that's about to go warn here for a tornado. Actually, that area, too, is rotating. There's actually 2 areas of rotation happening here right now. That's a bit of a concern. So the areas here towards Poolville, let's see, this is getting ready to cross 35. And let's see, where is this at? This is in Oklahoma. Interesting. Okay, so let's see. We'll have to continue watching this here. Let's see. Let's see. We're gonna switch over back here. Live traffic cameras. I wonder if there's any in Oklahoma. Hopefully there's a map we can. Ooh, I think I might have found us something. So if there's a tornado that crosses over that, then we're gonna be able to look at it probably. Hopefully. Last updated 2/15 7:36. Okay, that's never mind. probably not a good thing to look at. Yeah, this does not really appear to be too. Yeah, does not really appear to be too updated. But yeah, but that's definitely areas of rotation here. I think that's about to go tornado warn here very soon. Let's see, correlation coefficient. Hold up. Y'all, I think there might be an active tornado on the ground, and it's not even warned here. Yeah, I kind of think there might be an active tornado on the ground here. That is some very strong rotation. That needs to get warned right now. Oh my gosh, are we really going through this again? Are we seriously going through this again? There's literally a possible tornado on the ground here, and they have not even warned it. Velocity is very strong there. There's actually 2 areas, one towards Poolville. This is the strongest one, obviously. Dude. Moose says debris signature. That kind of looks that way. Oh, yeah. No, guys, I think we might have a tornado on the ground here. That is, that's that. That's not good. Yep, definitely looks possible. Did the Wi-Fi cut out again here? Let's hope not. But that's definitely not very good. Okay, let's hope that Wi-Fi does not cut out here. Holy cow. Let's see. Another time when Andrew where something very strong is unwarned. Yeah, essentially. This has happened more than I'd like to admit on this channel. Dude, no, that's definitely tornadic activity there. I mean, look at that. So that debris gets dispersed, gets kind of spread out there. Oh God, yeah, they don't even have a tornado warning on that there. Let's see. We're gonna make sure. Yeah, let me see. I need to make sure if I have tornado warnings on. I'm sure I set that on. Yep, tornado warnings are on. So, oh God, I think we have a bad situation here. Just for your all safety, we're gonna say here. All right, so this is in Oklahoma. If you guys are in South Central Oklahoma here, in the paths of Davis, let's see, the paths of Davis here, right next to the cross section of Highway 7 and Interstate 35. There is a very strong area of rotation with possible tornado that is on the ground here at the moment, getting ready to cross over that highway. So be advised that for the people that are out there, you might want to watch out for that. Like I said, once again, it appears that there is a tornado that is on the ground here. Yeah, once again, South Central Oklahoma. That is not good here. West of Jollyville, west of Cedar Village. Very, very strong rotations kicking off here. Correlation coefficient does indeed show a debris signature. Okay. Yep. That has to be a tornado. That is like I said, that's just pretty crazy. Holy cow. Not good at all. Definitely not good at all here. Like I said, the latest scan here, the first scan, yeah, you can see how there's really nothing on correlation coefficient. In the latest, get a big pop up. That is definitely a debris ball. That is 100% a debris ball. The blue is bad, right? Says Moo. Typically that shows a lot of heavy debris being lofted, essentially. But that's yeah, you can see between that scan, there's nothing happening. And we line this up here. We'll line it up here in a minute with the velocity scan. So there's really nothing happening there. We get a big debris signature right here. That big signature you see right there, that's debris. You know, leaves, nails, whatever, glass can be thrown up in the air. That the radar scanning. And in the next frame, you can see all of that debris gets dispersed. Basically starts shooting out in different directions here. Latest scan after that continues to show maybe a little bit of debris in the atmosphere here. Let's see. So we're going to switch back here to velocity on that side. High resolution velocity. There we go. That's what we want. But you can see there. Oh yeah. No, that's got to be. Yeah, the frame. That's where there was nothing there. That's the frame where there was, that debris signature, and that's where it was being dispersed at that frame. And then that's the latest one. So, yeah, that is you know what? That's a tornado, guys. Unwarned tornado. And that one right here towards Poolville, that looks like it's following right behind its trails. I honestly think that is getting ready to possibly do the same thing as Big Brother's doing. Yep, I literally think that we just had a tornado here on the ground. Let's see. Yo-Yo says velocity looks a bit weak. That's why warning has been issued. But in my opinion, it's enough to issue a tornado warning. What do you mean it's weak? It's a very strong signature. That's a very strong signature there. Now, obviously, it's not like anything like I've seen worse, but that's definitely strong enough there. Definitely, that's tornado material there. I've seen littler couplets produce tornadoes. But yeah, that should have been warned there. I really believe that is a tornado we just seen there. And yep, still no warning out as of what I see. Which, I mean, obviously probably the damage is already done. But like I said, this is heading right towards heading right towards 35, right towards Interstate 35. You know, once again here between right there towards Highway 7. Highway 7 and 35. Not good. Not good at all. And yeah, they definitely should do something about that. That debris signature is enough to want to warn people. Yeah, absolutely. You know, honestly, that's another thing. Why I'm glad to be here on this channel is, I hate to admit it. I really hate to admit it, but we run into this problem a lot here. Do you know why there isn't a warning? This is Kyle. Probably because they are not looking at it. They're probably watching that growth down here, and they're not even paying attention to it. And even then, it takes a few minutes for them to issue that warning. Yeah, that tail is starting to increase in strength here, too, towards, like, Ryan. West of Terrell, east of Petrolia. Gotta watch out for this guy. That's also a discrete cell, too. I mean, you got the main QLCS, that main squall line, and then you got this guy. And that's the one that's doing it, too. Yeah, that's the one that rotation's coming from. Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it looks like there's another area of rotation just directly west of it, northeast of Poolville. That is, that's definitely not very good. That's definitely not very good at all here. So, we're gonna have to watch out for this here pretty closely. Let's see. We're gonna follow down that line there. Does not look like anything else is really popping off there. Yo-Yo says that's a literal tornado. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they should have done a little bit more, a little bit more than what they have happening right now. Not good. Not good at all. You know, it's been pretty obvious too. I mean, it's not just a pop-up area. Like I said, it's not just a pop-up area here of you know, just rotation. I mean, it's been pretty well known there for a while. I mean, for several scans, you've seen that velocity couplet start to increase, which is just definitely pretty crazy. You know, that's just not good. They're a bit slow with warnings. Seen it happen many times. Well, the thing is, though, is we've been detecting this here for like probably 10 minutes now. That's the bad part, is that they still haven't warned this thing out here yet, and it's been this long. Let me switch back here to correlation coefficient. Dude, that's not good at all. Yeah, you can see how there's been nothing on correlation coefficient, and all of a sudden, magically, we have this big disbursement right over that area of that velocity. And it really starts, you can see how it scatters out in all directions. So it basically goes from here. Well, I should probably use it. I'm going to use black for this so it's easy to see here. But you can see here, essentially, that's all the debris, right? And then this next frame we show you guys, you see how all of that kind of displaces. So basically, debris is being shot up in all different directions, essentially. Probably, you know what it is. Those lower level winds I was telling you guys about, very, very strong. Couple, like 4,000 feet up in the air. Very, very strong winds. That's why we're seeing that arc. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. Holy cow. I literally just now thought of that. And that is my support for this. Like I said, we have that. Okay, so we had nothing there. Once again, we go back to velocity here. Very, very strong area of rotation happening for last several scans, right? Very, very strong couplet. Very, very strong rotation here. Back over here to correlation coefficient. Really nothing happening there. And then boom, all of a sudden this pops up there. So that's whenever the radar first starts detecting debris here. You know, right there where all that debris started, right here. And like I said, back with the winds and the way that everything's moving, the lower level winds, 2,000 to 4,000 feet up, are basically looking like this. They're going directly north, and as you go up higher in the atmosphere, they change to the northeast, essentially. And that's that. So obviously, that's kind of a concern there. And you can see the next frame, like I said, goes from that to this. You can see how all that gets dispersed there in all these directions. So basically there's that, there's this, and there's that. So it's obviously being kicked up in all these directions because the lower level winds are pushing it out there. Which is Mark says, "Yep, debris." Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all. And they're not warning this thing right now. I mean, really, even the latest frame. Look at that big dark blue signature there. Oh, really? Yeah, that just, dude. These signatures are straight up tornado, straight up, and they ain't doing nothing about it. Severe Weather Channel says it's a severe thunderstorm watch. Yeah, we have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect here. That's been out for a few hours now, which is right there. But no, nope, that's not even warned, and it's getting ready to cross 35. Rotation's looking a bit stronger now too. And look, latest frame. Boom, big debris signature. Big debris signature right there. Getting ready to cross over Highway 7. Getting ready to cross over Interstate 35. Yep, I don't like that. Don't like that at all. Alexander says, "Okay, for real, that's an obvious CC drop." Yeah, my point. It's been that way for the last little bit. I mean, if this does not make them warn, I swear to God. Like, seriously, that's just ridiculous at this point that they don't have anything warning out here. I mean, seriously, it's just ridiculous. Yeah, and then you get these people get paid 6 figures a year for not even warning half of the stuff that pops up here. Like I said, I hate it. I really hate to admit this, but you know, on everything, on everything here, on the channel, we've seen this happen many times. Probably at least 3 that I remember, and I'm sure it's happened more. And actually, one was fairly recent too, and they did it again. This is not good. Okay, so yep, we're still going to need to keep an eye out there for that one. It looks like more areas of rotation. That's kind of far away, though, from the radar. So that's probably upper levels, but it's not good. Yep, definitely not good at all. I mean, like I said, that radar is not far away either. I mean, the radar is right there. I mean, that's probably what, like 30, 40 miles away? I mean, it's just ridiculous. But yep, heading right here towards Washita. Angelia says Weather Channel is showing Norman, Oklahoma, saying lightning and with thunderstorms right now. Well, yeah, no kidding. Yeah, Norman's right here. Norman, Oklahoma's right there. And reflectivity actually is kind of showing the storms move out. That line right there, that's that. It's ridiculous. Why no warn for obvious rotation? You got me there. I'd love to. There's even a clear hook echo. Like, come on. Really? Okay, now at this point, this is just straight up freaking ridiculous. So, on top of that now, look at this. Big old hook echo. Got your RFD, rear flank downdraft coming back. We have the strong inflow notch. A lot of warm air is pulling into this guy. That's where your rotation is. That's your low pressure system, or that little low pressure, localized low pressure. That's where the tornado would be. Are you kidding me right now? Over here in velocity, very strong rotations, quite obvious. Still not warned. And latest scan does not really show much, but the previous scan, look at this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, this is quite ridiculous. This is quite ridiculous. I cannot tell you how much I hate it whenever people do this. When the Weather Service does not do their job right. Let's see. NWS not issuing tornado warning, then should be a tornado warning part 2. More like part 3. This literally happened here not long ago, and I did it another time. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, it's literally screaming on radar, hey, I'm producing tornadoes here. I mean, you got everything in line to prove that this is a tornado on the ground here. Like I said, seriously, we have that hook echo, very obvious right in front of us. We have that very strong rotation that's been leading up for the last 20 minutes now. We had a lot of debris signatures. 2 solid ones. And still no warning. Very obvious hook echo there. And that's firing off there ahead of the cold front, too. Like, okay, and that's the thing on top of it, right? that this in particular storm right here, heading towards like Sulphur area. I mean, this is probably gonna be heading north of Sulphur. But that storm is individual too, right? I mean, it's not like it's hidden inside of the squall line. It's literally its own entity. That's what I don't get. It is literally its own entity, and there is not even a warning on it. There's obviously a hook echo there, obviously rotation. That's ridiculous. Yo-Yo says, not even a severe thunderstorm watch. There is a severe thunderstorm watch in effect. I guess you meant warning. Yeah, honestly, that's just pretty crazy. Let's see. Any updates on the cap? My weather app's saying that we aren't getting any rain at all. The cap, let's see. I'll look on my end really quickly. I'm going to keep this on that cell there. But let's see. So, on the mesoanalysis, still showing... It actually looks like that cap might be improving, according to the latest scans. Yeah, it looks like that cap's improving there, but which means that you might be able to. I think storms will still fire off here. I mean, like I said, the latest on the actual radar view has that activity starting to move through. Hey, would you look at that? They threw out a thunderstorm warning, and they didn't even put a tornado possible. Are you kidding me? Really? That really... Yeah, that makes me mad right there. That's just not good. Like, are you kidding me? Dude, the Weather Service, I tell you what, they got to do their job. They won't even warn this. Dude, this has been happening for like 20 minutes now. Like, are you freaking kidding me? This is just ridiculous. Still, let's see. We're gonna pause this on the latest frame. Very obvious heavy rotation there. There's really nothing on the correlation coefficient right now, but a few scans back, would you look at that big debris signature? And like I said, we go back even further there. Yeah, I mean this thing's been popping off here for the last little bit. Rain says, what's going on? They have an unwarned tornado that's on the ground yet again. And it's been going on here for a while. And then on top of that, they put a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. And they don't even put a tornado possible on it. Yeah, there's very obviously some things going down over here. Like, this is so stupid. Let's see. Moose says this is life or death. Yeah, essentially. Not good. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I hate seeing this because people are not getting their warnings, which they need here. And like I said, the Weather Service needs to know how to obviously do their job. It's just ridiculous. I mean, it's just quite nuts. You know. I mean, we've seen debris signatures out of this. We've seen the very obvious, TVS, tornadic vortex signature. It's been there. That couplet, very strong rotation's been popping off for at least 20 minutes. And would you look at that? Still not even warned. Quite crazy. Let's see here. Ryan Benson with the 4-month Category 1 membership. Thank you so much there, Ryan. Greatly appreciate it. I have flash freeze warning right now. I hope you people are living in the southern USA stay safe tonight and tomorrow, and the storms are not too bad. Well, thank you so much, Ryan. Once again, thank you for being a member now for 4 months. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Yeah, look at that radar view on the far right-hand side. You can really see, you can really see that turning linear now. You know, going from that isolated, going right there from that isolated thunderstorms to just kind of. Yeah, it really turns linear very quickly. Yep, it's heading right here. It's right over Washita right now. It feels a rural community, but still, town is getting hit to another level. Yeah, it's just wrong on many levels. Yeah, this is quite nuts. Quite crazy. I mean, that right there, that was a solid debris signature right there. So I go back up. 2 frames there. So I'll line this up with velocity. Boom, right there. That's lined up. Very, very strong rotation. Once again, south of Hoover there. That happened a few moments ago. Correlation coefficient on top of it. Would you look at that? This is just ridiculous at this point, you know. And the fact that there's still not a single warning that's popped up there. Let's see what's going on here towards that. Yeah, this is it's just that's just not good. Let's see. Elevated Tattoo says it's a shame he did not see the comment, but thanks, guys. I've been here for a few of these, and Andrew's rage about unwanted stuff is always well placed. Well, thank you so much, Elevated. Greatly appreciated. Dylan says large violent tornadoes possible. Yes, today and tomorrow. It's a possibility. But once again, you know, obviously I don't have the right authority to say this, but if you're in Washita, or however you pronounce this area here, east of Interstate 35, north of Highway 7, be in your shelters right now. I highly doubt if the nearly 100 people that's watching this right now lives here. So if y'all could, I mean, maybe share this to a friend or family member. Let them know what's going on right here. You know, obviously, this is just kind of crazy. This is ridiculous. This is unwarned. There is obviously... Oh, look what they did. A freaking severe thunderstorm warning. And not even a tornado possible. They're straight up just messing with people now. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Are you kidding me right now? Yeah, this is pretty nuts. Yeah, I really can't get over that. Can't. You know, people's lives are at stake here. I mean, it's just straight out ridiculous, you know? Let's see. Well, we're going to move back 50 frames here. We're going to show you guys how this really kicked off. So you see there's really not anything popping up until that moment there. Everything's looking pretty fine. Everything's looking good. Then boom, you see a lot of activity popping up there in correlation coefficient, right? Yeah, look at velocity here. System rolls through, not much happening, and bam, look at this. Very strong rotation. Has been very persistent for the last while. And it's just straight up crazy. Let's see. We're gonna try to find. We're gonna switch over to Wichita Falls, near Wichita Falls here. Yeah, it's kind of a too far radar there. But like I said, I mean, the thing is that this radar we're looking at too is very close. You know, I mean, it is very close to that radar there. And the fact they throw a severe thunderstorm warning and not a tornado warning is just quite ridiculous. Like, why is no one talking about this? I mean, honestly. You know, I've been through so many... like I said, I've been through so many, you know, storms. I've looked at so many storms. I've called so many tornadoes and stuff like that, and it's just nuts. Yeah, it's just crazy. Sometimes I question the people at the Weather Service office, you know. Sometimes I do. Oh, okay, let's see. We're gonna bring this back a bit. Yeah, look, I mean that right there, that was solid debris, and they still did not warn that. Let's see. Hopefully, all the major damage will be out in fields where it can hurt the grass, maybe a few trees at least. That's what I'm hoping for. But I hate to tell you this, but this is crossing right over an interstate, Interstate 35, and heading towards the city, towards Washita, which is not good. Yeah, obviously not good. And like I said, there's also a very well-defined hook echo on this too. Look, right there. Very obvious hook echo too. They did not even notice that. Nobody's noticing the hook echo. Nobody's noticing the rotation. Nobody's noticing the debris signature. And we are straight up seeing a tornado crisis here. People are likely being injured, if not killed, and all they put out was a severe thunderstorm warning. Oh, now they throw a tornado possible. Okay, so it's just a possibility. You freaking kidding me? That's just ridiculous. They have the winds there at 70 mile an hour. That's just so stupid. Haley says there's a new tornado warning. Let's see. I'm gonna double check on that one. Or is that somewhere else? We're pulling up the WSV3 here for a minute. Let's see. WSV3. Yeah, this stays up live. Let's see, what is that? Severe thunderstorm warning. What the heck? Yep. Well, you know what? I'm not seeing it. I mean, I see where that warning, severe thunderstorm warning's at, but I'm not exactly seeing where this. You know what that is? Special weather statement. There it is. Yeah, this is definitely not good. Yeah, I mean, you can see that line is starting to move its way down here towards Texas now. And like I said, I mean, the thing is, though, about this storm, right, is it's not like it's hidden between a, it's not like it's hidden between a, in the squall line, right? Speaking of, these guys, we should probably watch out, too. It's not like it's hidden. It's literally in its own isolated storm. And look at that. It still has a hook echo. I mean, right there, that purple you're seeing, that's likely some big chunks of hail. Got a lot of warm air, we call the inflow notch, coming through here. And we got ourselves a lot of cold air from the rear flank downdraft coming through. Low pressure right there, obviously where the tornado's at. Spinning counterclockwise, supplying the warm and the cool air to the storm, to the tornado. And what do? They do nothing other than, finally, 30 minutes later, issue a severe thunderstorm warning at first, with no tornadoes being possible. Now they added a tornado possibility. Probably just to cover their backs, in case if this thing does drop. Like, well, we did put a tornado possible. I guarantee you that's what they're doing. That is just straight up ridiculous. Like I said, it's one thing if it, I mean, I hate even saying this. It's one thing if it goes unwarm for like a few minutes, right? I mean, that still is not good. But this has been happening here for like 30 minutes now. And there's still nothing being done really about it. Very obvious hook echo. Like I said, we move here back to velocity. I mean, the velocity's been kicking off here for a while now. I mean, you can literally track that since the beginning of time, essentially. I mean, it's just pretty crazy, And all that stuff was going on there at the moment. Craig says it's just air. Stop spreading misinformation. Obviously, you do not know what radar signatures are, and you do not know how to properly detect anything. There was a very well-defined debris signature on that storm here as well. Go back to it right there. Look at this. Right there, we line up the velocity on this thing too. Move this back a little bit. Boom, right there. And what are you telling me? You're telling me to stop spreading misinformation? And you're the type of person that would be behind that National Weather Service office getting people killed. It's just ridiculous. And obviously, people who think they know weather, coming on a streamer who has a lot of experience with this and telling me I'm not doing my job right, get out of here. You're not worth it. Don't have time for your mess right now. It's just ridiculous. I mean, like I said, even the hook echo there too. I mean, at that point in view, at that point there, very obvious hook echo on that too, which is also a very clear indicator that something rotating might be happening. Just saying. And even the latest here, there is still a very, very well-defined hook on that. Once again, you still got that inflow. Still got that warm inflow pulling in here. You got that cool RFD, that rear flank downdraft, pulling behind. Low pressure system, or that little low area. That's right where the tornado would be. Which is just, like I said, once again, it's just kind of quite ridiculous. But we're going to have to watch out for these guys here, too, on this main line. Because, like I said, these guys eventually could turn into something here. I mean, not saying that they're anything tornadic right now. They still have a bit of work to do, but yeah, that one, I mean, look at that. Even the latest here. Like I said, even the latest here. It's just quite crazy. Robin says maybe people should sue the weather station. Well, you know what? They're a government agency. They would not get sued. And the U.S. government owns them. And the U.S. government's not going to sue itself. That's the thing. That's the problem. Let's see. Back here on correlation coefficient. Yeah, going back here a little bit in time here. There was this obvious. I mean, obvious debris signatures happened earlier. It's pretty crazy. But, you know what? Only so much we can do here. As a small streamer. Hopefully one day we can actually, hopefully one day this channel will actually grow out to be something pretty, pretty large. I'd love to see that. Obviously keeping you guys informed is the best thing we can do here, And I'd love to see it one day come to that stage here where we can inform thousands and thousands of people at once, But that's that. Rudy says government owned. That says another. Yeah, I mean, it's you have NOAA, and a branch off NOAA is the National Weather Service, which is a government agency. Which National Weather Service was made, I believe, in 1870, and NOAA basically adopted it in 1970. It's a little bit of a history on that, but that's for another day. But they do have a possibility for 70-mile-an-hour winds here on that one. So they're probably just going to cover themselves and say if the tornado did happen, they did put a tornado possible tag on it, which probably just to cover it, cover themselves. But you know what? That's that. That's what we're looking at right now. Let's see here. Matthew says, I'm in Muskogee, Oklahoma. Should I be prepared? Let's see. So obviously, I mean, a lot of places in Oklahoma is at risk here. But let me look up to see this is where you're at here. So you're basically okay. So you're far, basically northeastern areas. Okay, yeah, you're in that severe thunderstorm watch area. Today's risk here for you is a marginal risk, I believe. Let's see. I'm actually gonna double check on that as well. Let's see, enhanced today. Muskogee. Actually, no, you're right there on that slight risk boundary. So, yep. No, I would definitely, yeah, you got to be looking out here today. Keep an eye on it. Probably going to be a little bit before that gets there, but something to watch out for. Okay, so now at this point, I would say this is probably in the aspects of damaging winds rather than a tornado, because the rotation's not very tight anymore. That's probably a lot of honestly, that's probably some hail that's popping up there in that. Yeah, definitely. There's still a pretty well defined hook echo on that though. I tell you what. Which is obviously that's that. And it's discreet too. Like I said, it's discreet too, which makes it a problem. Let's see. Let's take a look here about towards Dallas. Yep, still nothing yet. So that's that. Move back here towards Oklahoma City. Obviously, this is the number one info or the number one subject we're looking at right now. Looks like some very strong winds on this thing too right now, kicking off. Let's see. Dylan says, so what's my call to action for people that are driving out on the highways? Obviously, I mean, if you're watching this, it would be best to avoid where the storm is crossing into. And like I said, this in particular storm here has already crossed Highway 35. Yeah, it's already crossed Highway 35. It's passing through Oak Grove here very soon. Passing through Oak Grove here and all that stuff. So, yeah, no, that's that. That is, that's what we're looking at. Yeah, that line though has really turned linear here in the last little bit, which is definitely interesting. But once again, my friends, like I said, obviously, if you all have any questions, I mean, feel free to let me know. We're gonna be here for you. Gotta make sure you guys are staying at least on top of what I'm seeing here. Shoot, this is just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Let's see here. Jenny says, hello. What's up, Jenny? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But yeah, at this point, now I would say a severe thunderstorm warning is necessary, which it is. Finally, I mean, at least they have that in place here. Better than nothing, I guess. For 70-mile-an-hour winds, hail damage to vehicle, $half size hail on this sucker too. So there's obviously a possibility. Like I said, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts, $half size hail. And obviously a possible tornado. I mean, there will still the hook echo is there. Let's see. Is there a tornado in Seminole, Oklahoma? No. But yeah, that's just pretty crazy, But we'll keep on going. We'll keep on cruising here for the stream a little bit. Let's see. We're gonna switch back here to Dallas. Like I said, right now. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. Moose says, just a rock star. Thank you for covering this, doing such a great job all the time. You can tell that you care. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, obviously, that's the whole thing of this channel, y'all. Just to make sure that you guys are staying safe out there. Just it's been pretty crazy. But it is what it is. Let's see here. Okay, let's see. Seminole. Yeah, I see that. Okay, Sewing wants me to look at Seminole. There's Seminole right now. We look at the velocity. Yeah, there's nothing on velocity right now, which we're good. Let's see here. I'm not certain of a moderate risk tomorrow. The very large enhanced risk area, usually with that large threat, smaller risk being put in place. Honestly, I don't think it's going to go moderate tomorrow. Honestly, I kind of think it's just going to stay around where it's where it's at now, probably enhanced there. I mean, obviously, that's up to the Storm Prediction Center and what they think. I just think the reason it's probably going to stay to the enhanced risk is because of that lack of instability that's going to be available. Not as high as today. Obviously the standards here today, we're talking 1,000, maybe 2,000 mixed layer K, maybe a little higher in some areas. But that's crazy. Let's see. Scott says, is there any bad weather for Leavenworth? Let's see. So Leavenworth, Kansas here. Let me go ahead and grab this area here. So Leavenworth, Kansas. So you're wanting to know about bad weather there. So obviously this is right up in the northeastern side. So you know what? Yeah, you actually have a problem with the potential of some winter weather. There's actually a bit of snow that's heading for you on this event here, starting actually probably around midnight, and not really kicking off until like the early morning tomorrow. So that's that. That's kind of what we're looking at. I'll actually go ahead and show you really quickly on the other view here. And like I said, we can look at that right now. We got ourselves, like I said, a lot of that snow popping off through Kansas, obviously northwestern, Missouri, throughout areas of southern Iowa. But yeah, right there towards your location, that's kind of what we're looking at there. That's kind of what we're seeing. So yeah, watch out for the possibility of that probability. Maybe maybe a bit of snowfall. Could be possible. Latest GFS latest NAM 3K shows that line being very thin tonight over Dallas. And like I said, that's due to that cap we have in effect here. Like I said, a lot of that energy throughout the northeastern areas of Texas is pretty capped out, meaning that there's a big blanket preventing thunderstorms from forming. What we call basically a temperature inversion. We got ourselves, basically a big spike in temperatures, a big warm spike in temperatures, which basically prevents thunderstorms from happening. Wow, look at this one. 70-mile-an-hour winds for that guy. 70-mile-an-hour winds there with hail up to golf ball size. Sorry, ping pong ball size. Yeah, 1.75 is golf ball. So yeah, 1.5 is ping pong ball size hail. 70-mile-an-hour winds there. Can you believe that? Ping pong ball size hail out of that guy. So this includes areas towards Ryan, towards Terrell, towards Wilson, towards Hilden, or see, Heldon. Let's see here. Tatum's. There's some pretty weird names over here. Katy. We have Wynnewood, Paul's Valley, Stratford. We have another guy here for 70-mile-an-hour winds, tornado possible, and hail. Essentially up there for yeah, basically right there, cruising that possibility for half-inch hail. Or sorry, $half size hail. Big difference. Let's see. So he says snow here, question mark. So on that, it looks, I mean, possibly, maybe a few snow showers after this the backside of this event here, theoretically could happen. I mean, once again, you're looking very far north central, Oklahoma. I mean, the NAM 3K maybe supports a little bit of snow showers. I mean, theoretically, could be possible. However, the H2R does not. I would root on probably not dealing with any of them. Yeah, I would definitely recommend on not expecting any snow for you. But that's that. Yeah, I mean, we got to watch out for these guys. We got to watch out for these guys, too, because obviously these ones can pop off some nasty stuff, too. But right now, I mean, that's that. Yeah, there's still some pretty nasty winds on that sucker right here. Basically north of Oak Grove here. Yeah, that right there, that's just a big ball of heavy winds. It could be like a microburst type of scenario here right now. North of Oak Grove here, west of Dulberg. Let's see here, southwest of Hart. This is tracking northeast. It looks like it's heading to more of a rural standpoint. Heading towards N310, right? Yeah, something like that. Scott says, let my friend know. Thank you. No problem. But yeah, that's yeah, this is quite a nasty complex. That's starting to pull a hook echo too. We got this guy. Yeah, and you notice how there's a lot of purple in this storm right now. So you kind of notice how there's a bit of purple right here. Could probably draw that line a little better. That is that's in the form of maybe a bit of large hail. Once again, kind of maybe a larger than quarter size. Going off of what the warning has to say here, maybe up to 1.25 inches. Which, like I said, obviously that being said, I mean that's enough to cause some damage. Especially if you mix in those damaging winds there. I mean, like I said, we're talking. Possibility for 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts here. Potential of some large hail, once again, up to, a little over quarter size, right there towards $half size hail. It does seem to be a possibility. So keep that one in mind. Let's see, back here towards Frederick. Yeah, look at that. So that's interesting. What's up, Jenny? Jenny saying, hey, what's up, Jenny? Hope you're doing good. Moo says I might need to go lay down. All right, go lay down, Moo. Yeah, no, these storms today, they're already, they're just firing off here in the last little bit, and they're already pretty nasty. They've been proving themselves to be quite a nasty storm here. Let's see, check radar near Winfield, Alabama. Well, we'll go ahead and take a look here towards Alabama. We'll go ahead and grab Birmingham radar here for a second. Yeah, we got some storms firing off here towards like Jasper or Hamilton. Up here towards Huntsville. Not really got much of anything going on down here. Let's see. Eastern portions, nothing much. Mobile radar. Yeah, nothing much. But yeah, we got a little bit of storm activity kicking off here directly northwest of Birmingham. Not really anything not really anything too crazy right now, but just a little bit of something starting to pop off there, so keep that one in mind. Let's switch back over here to this, Oklahoma City. Yeah, there's a lot of hook echoes popping up. This guy, we got little tail ends. Yeah, especially this little tail end Charlie down there. But we're seeing some pretty strong radar signatures. You know, we're seeing some pretty strong echoes. You know, kicking off right here. You know, really showing. Yeah, like I said, really showing some you know, purples. Like I said, the purples there showing some bigger objects that the radar is scanning, and in this sense, it's probably some big old chunks of hail, which is pretty crazy. Close to Conroe, Texas, where I live, there is going to be somewhere close where I live, because they said there was going to be somewhere windy for some reason. That's what they said. Well, obviously, like I said, if we could tell exactly where the tornado was, we would definitely be able to do that. You know, we would be able to forecast at it, like I said. But like I said, that risk does stretch into northeastern Texas. Yes, there is that possibility. You know, like I said, right now on the current view here towards northeastern Texas, I mean, there's really, like I said, there's just really not too much that's happening here. Because like I said, obviously we have that strong cap, basically that big blanket of there that's preventing, I should say, preventing these storms from firing off there. But that's that. Here we go. Tornado warning down effect here. Says Chad. Yep, I see that actually as soon as you said that. I looked at it here. Yep, this is for Sulphur. Let's see. Tornado for Davis. Let's see. Dougherty. Windrock Farms. This is also for areas here towards Hickory, Denny. Let's see. Did the weather radio go off? We're going to reload that. But, yep, there you go. Yep, new tornado warning now in effect here. Going to have to keep an eye on it. There's a pretty well-defined hook echo on this thing, too. We're going to switch over here to velocity for a minute. Yeah, no, that's definitely thinking about trying to do something here. Let's see. We're going to pull back up correlation coefficient. We're going to check for any debris signatures on it. There's a big slice through the radar. You can see there. It's a little hard. It's going to be a little difficult to detect debris here, but that's likely because the big chunks of ice that the radar has to scan through, essentially. I mean, because you got the radar way up here. That's where the radar, and it's scanning beams this way, and it's running right into that precipitation core, and the rotation's down here. So it's basically causing a lot of, you know, reflecting and all that stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be a little difficult to detect tornado debris signature, but bad thing is the storms seem to start producing tornadoes really late. So, yeah, it definitely seems like, yeah, nocturnal tornado threat tonight is going to be pretty high. Same thing tomorrow, too, you know. Not good. Yeah, that's just pretty crazy. Jenny says BRB getting ready for work tomorrow. All right, sounds good. Sounds good, my friend. Okay. Let's see. We're gonna hop back over here to velocity for a minute. Gotta watch out for this guy too. I really don't like these at all. You know. You know, this event, even though it's just now starting, it's already looking pretty nasty. Which, like I said, definitely not good. You know, definitely is not good at all. But, yep, bit of rotation kicking off there. Once again, if you're here towards Jollyville, if you're there towards Cedar Village, towards David, towards Sulphur, towards Oak Grove, Dolberg, Roth, Denny, Hickory, let's see, areas here towards Scullin. I don't know if I already said Sulphur or not, but those areas are included there in a tornado warning. Once again, this is in effect for the next 34 minutes. Got a little bit to go here. Let's see, Jenny with a $10 super chat. Jenny, thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. Big thumbs up goes to you, Jenny. Thank you seriously for that. Say #1 fan. Oh, that's super sweet of you. Thank you so much, Jenny. That definitely means a lot. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. But yeah, but that's that. Yeah, once again, Jenny, thank you so much for that. Super nice of you. Greatly appreciated. Appreciate it. Yeah, definitely helps out the channel, keeps us going, you know. But like I said, yep, rotation still kicking off there. We've got a bit of something happening north of that tornado warning too. I'd say we should watch out for. I mean, like I said, even these little guys we should watch out for. You know, towards like Hilton. Was it Heldton? Heldton. I guess that's how you. I guess that's how you say that. South of Ringling. There's literally a town called Ringling. Oh God, that's that's pretty crazy. Oh my goodness. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and bring up the. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and bring this back over here. Oh, look at that! Wow. Holy cow. Yeah, that is that's pretty crazy. You know, that's a pretty active. It's a pretty nasty looking hook echo there. Don't feel confident that Dallas-Fort Worth is going to see any activity soon. Yeah, it all depends on that cap. You know, if it's right now, it's still pretty strong from what it looks like. I mean, storms are having a tough time go any further than Wichita Falls from what it looks like here at the moment. Once again, though, I mean the models do support. You know, the models do indeed support the. You know, essentially, the models do support. You know, the line eventually, the cap eventually breaking here, which is pretty crazy, but oh well, it is what it is. But we'll see what happens there. Once again, back on the meso analysis here, taking a look at the current atmospheric conditions here. I mean, according to things, it looks like. Once again, like I said, it looks like northeastern Texas. I mean, obviously is right there. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it's kicking up there. Instability over 2,000 mixed layer K. Once again, that's a lot of energy. That's definitely, yeah, all of these areas in here. Oh, yeah. No, this whole ground right here is filled with a lot of energy. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Let's see here. Babysitting, so I had to skip out for a bit. Anyone in chat know how long Andrew said he'd be on? I know he says girlfriend is in, so I get he won't be an all-night thing. Honestly, we've been live here for exactly 2 hours now. I'm going to try to push a little longer here. I'm probably going to give it at least till 10, maybe. Maybe, we'll see. We'll possibly go here till maybe 10, 11 o'clock or so. Like, once again, I'd love to be live during this whole thing, but this is the week my girlfriend gets to come down here and actually, you know, spend time with us here. I mean, if this was any other time, then I would obviously be live the entire event here with you. But tomorrow I'm actually taking the day off. You know, obviously she's still going to be here, but I'm gonna have to do some coverage tomorrow. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts. And that just goes to show you, you know, if just really goes to show you how much I care about you guys. I mean, like I said, my girlfriend's coming in town. I barely get to see her, and I'm streaming for you guys because I want you all to stay safe out there. And it's the bottom line of all this. And, you know, it is what it is. You know, obviously Mother Nature is not really predictable all the time and quite crazy here. But once again, everybody, we have ourselves a tornado warning in effect here. Once again, for Sulphur, for Roth, for Windrock Farms, Hickory, Dolberg, areas here towards Dougherty. I think that's how you say that. Towards Jollyville, towards Davis. Starting to kick off here. Yeah, there's a pretty nasty looking dangly bit on this storm here. This big old little hook echo that's popping up. Like I said, right now at the moment we have ourselves, you know, a lot of warm air really driving its way into this little notch here. This is what we call the inflow notch. Basically, a lot of warm air pulls in there. A lot of cooler air kind of pulls out from the back, the RFD, that rear flank downdraft. And like I said, that low pressure right there, basically that's where the tornado is happening. That rotation that's going on counterclockwise, that's basically spinning up tornadoes. So not at the moment, there's still a radar indicated threat. So right now there is no immediate danger. There's no immediate confirmation, what I should have said, of a tornado on the ground right now. However, you should still be inside of your, you should definitely be inside of your shelter there, which is definitely something for sure. They're probably going to do something about this guy right here. This one's been popping up, starting to look like it's rotating a little bit more tighter here, basically west of Oil City. I wonder if they have any oil over there. But basically west here of Oil City, north of Helton. That's probably going to be another area that might be popping off here pretty soon. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how things go there. But look at this guy. This one's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. But look, once again, so yep, still radar indicated here on my end. Yeah, Daniel's saying it's still on the ground here. Let me check on my other program here. This one's showing both my programs still saying radar indicated as of right now. So I'm gonna wait confirmation on that one right there. But let's see, correlation coefficient. Let's see here. We're gonna pull this up here so that a bit of scatter. Yeah, yep. I don't know. We'll see. Dana says that tornado confirmed. Not right now. Not right now. Sony says channel 5 says tornado. Interesting. Yeah, it's still radar indicated on my end here. Let's see. Is there anything they talk about it? Ping pong ball size hail. Radar indicated rotation. Yeah, this has not been confirmed by officials yet, at least on my end. Which, I mean, it'll pop up very shortly if it is confirmed. But I mean, as of right now, I'm not seeing anything talking about confirmed. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Big old concern here on these cells too is also that damaging wind potential here. You know, some of these damaging winds here could be getting up over or near 70 miles an hour, which, I mean, like I said, that's pretty nasty. You know, that for sure is definitely quite nasty. Which we're gonna have to definitely keep an eye out there for. Is you know, obviously that damaging wind probability, you know, on this line here. Just a little bit concerning, you know. But still, yep, nothing confirmed yet. So I think we're, like I said, we've probably been updated by now here. Still showing radar indication, so we'll see. SD says I have family in the Fort Worth area. Like I said, right now Fort Worth looks like it's actually, you know, capped out a bit. You know, looks like basically, like I said, there's a big blanket that's preventing these storms from firing off over Dallas right now. Not so confident in these, yeah, really not so confident in the Dallas region for getting any heavy thunderstorm activity as of right now. I mean, the models suggest it down in the future. I'll tell you what, that's something we're going to do real quickly. I'm going to pull up the latest HRRR. I mean, here, I want to see what y'all think about this here. Here's the HRRR latest scan. Once again, times in the top right in Eastern time. So for the Central time, to subtract an hour. So we track way down in time, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock. You guys, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. A little something pops up here towards Dallas, but that's just kind of really thin and nothing stormy, really. Yeah, and it just kind of fades out. You know, honestly, I'm losing my hope for really anything crazy happening here essentially, for the Dallas region. It's looking less and less likely the more we move on. Like I said, I mean, like I said, the overall environment's primed. I mean, everything's in place there. It's just that cap, you know, that warm temperature inversion. Some pretty warm temps across the lower portions of the atmosphere, not at the surface, but a little bit up. It gets warmer than the, warmer than the surface, and it just basically creates, you know, problems for thunderstorms trying to form here. Is this the same low pressure system that affected affected us in social with freezing temps and mountain snow across the Southwest? Yes, this thing's been really popping up here today. I mean, it's been kicking here. Which, I mean, you can see there on this scan right there. That's, you know, you can actually start to see that stuff pop up there in that radar scan. That low pressure system's right there, like in western Kansas right now, from what you can see. Anyways, once again, guys, tornado warning still in effect here for areas of Jollyville. Jollyville included. Let's see here: Cedar Village, Rayford, Davis. Let's see, Washita. Let's see, Chigley, Iona, or Lona, however you say that. Oak Grove. Let's see, Dolberg, Roth, Denny, Hickory. Yeah, that's, I don't know. Let's see. Old Todd says, "How reliable is the HRRR?" It's not It's not terribly reliable. I mean, it has its days. It's good. It's good sometimes. It's good other. Sorry, it's good sometimes. It's bad other times. And in this case here, it's been kind of pushing those storms a little bit further and further as we move on here. Like so, I'm really losing the hope there for any activity there towards Dallas. I mean, there's obviously enough instability. You know, there's obviously enough strong winds to support that. But anyways, but like I said, obviously, you know, I think that cap just might be a little too strong, you know. Let's see here. That's not what I wanted. We're gonna turn off that storm prediction center outlook there. We don't need that. It's just gonna add more clutter to the screen here. But anyways, that's that. We got a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings in effect here as well. A lot of these are pretty strong here in the boundaries of around, like I said, 70-mile-an-hour wind gusts being possible there out of some of these guys, which is pretty crazy. SD, we're not going to check full models right now. This is severe weather coverage. If this is a forecast stream, we would, but not right now. Daniel says, can I tell me when it's supposed to get bad in Jackson, Alabama? Yeah, I got you. So, obviously here for... Let's see, this is for Jackson, Alabama. There we go. Basically, southwestern side. You're directly north of Mobile. Right now... Yeah, tomorrow's your concern here, and you are right there on that boundary of that slight and that enhanced risk here, which like I said, that's a pretty big risk area. You're essentially right up in here, you know, for the most part. So keep an eye out there for that. However, like I said, you're probably going to get your storms here later on. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and give a little estimate here of what time the storms could roll through here. So let's move over there. We're going to switch this region area to southeast. The M3K radar. So you're obviously right there just north of Mobile. So it's kind of showing. Let's drop down 18Z run. According to this, it's kind of showing to probably like a late evening thing tomorrow. By the time that cold front gets there. I mean, it's just pretty crazy just to look at how... just how long you know, all these storms kick off here. I mean, this is just ridiculous. You know, this is just absolutely crazy. What's going on over me for that area? That's... Yeah, I'm right there in Kentucky. I'm literally right there where that dark stuff is. I don't know. Infrared's looking pretty scary up there. But yeah, we still got that tornado warning 20 minutes to go. Yeah, and I think after this tornado warning gets expired, y'all, we're going to head off here. Once again, I'd love to be here for the whole entire event. Like I said, just my girlfriend flew down. I never get to see her, really. She's she lives about 800 miles away from me, all the way down in Florida. So she finally flew up here yesterday. You know, I was live here for 2 hours with y'all. Once again, I'd love to be, I'd really love to be, you know, live during this whole entire event here. Tomorrow, we're going to be live during the whole thing, though. It's just today I wanted to spend some time with her as much as possible, but tomorrow we got you. We'll be here for you. What state do I live? I live in Kentucky. I grew up in Virginia, Northern Virginia. I live now towards Louisville and all that fun stuff. My girlfriend lives down in Florida, so she took a flight all the way up here to see me, and so I'd like to be with her a little bit. But honestly, I get it, and like I said, I wanted to go live, you know, for at least a couple hours with you guys, you know. But tomorrow we're going to do a longer live stream, so keep that in mind. Tomorrow's a big day. Today and tomorrow's a pretty big day, so we'll see. We'll see. Now, I'll tell you what a possibility could be is if she goes to bed. Yeah, if she goes to bed, maybe late tonight. I'll tell you what, we'll try to do that. Late tonight, we'll probably try to go live for you guys. How does that sound? You know, after she goes to bed and stuff. I think that's a good possibility. Let's switch back here to velocity here for a moment. Honestly, at this point, it doesn't look as much of like a tornado concern. It looks more like a damaging wind possibility. But you're still in that warning. You should still be on the lookout. Let's see. I'll be in some serious trouble if I don't spend time with her. Exactly. Yeah. No, I want to spend time with her too. Oh, new tornado warning. Holy cow, that just popped up here. Okay, there's a new warning in here. New warning here for Ada. For Lada. Lada? What the heck? Pickett, Union Hill, Center. Let's see. Vanos. Let's see here. Aloso. And Francis there. Happy Land. Oh, gosh. Steedman. Allen. Sasaqua. Really weird. That is some very strong rotation there. Holy cow, dude. That is some nasty stuff. Not good. Not good at all. Radar indicated. Ping pong ball size hail. Right now it's radar indicated, basically meaning that at the moment it's yeah, that's crazy. Let's see here. Will Nacogdoches County, Texas be anywhere in the path? Specifically north. Let's see. I got to figure out where this is even at first here. Okay, this is far eastern, so far eastern sides. So that's kind of the big question right now. Is these storms going to fire off towards Dallas? Now, statistically, they were forecasted they were supposed to, but there's something we call a cap, basically, that's in effect here, and that's really preventing these storms from firing off here. You know, that's firing off here towards that region. Honestly, I'd say that you're probably anywhere north of that. I mean, it's a really difficult area to forecast. I mean, it is extremely hard. If that cap breaks, which I mean, forecasted it's expected to over the next 2-3 hours, which I don't see that really happening. I mean, it could. Honestly, you're right there on a 50-50 chance line of seeing that line actually be able to make it over there towards you. So I'd say it's probably a lower possibility of severe weather, even if it does. Holy cow, dude. This is about to be pretty nasty for Ada. Let's see what the population is. Oklahoma. Holy cow. This is 16,000 people. 16,000 people in that little town of Ada. That's not good. Yeah, we're going to have to watch out for that one. Yeah, if this goes confirmed, like I said, this thing's tracking right over Ada. Randy says, what's up to sunglasses at night? The glare from all my monitors, it really affects my eyes. I have terrible vision whenever it comes to, it helps with strain, essentially. Ada, says Old Todd. Gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you. But like I said, I have that there because I have 4 monitors, one right there, one right there, one right there, one right there. So it's a little eye straining, and the sunglasses helps it a bit. Jenny says prayers for y'all. Thank you so much. Yeah, obviously you guys need to stay safe out there. That rotation looks like it's increasing too. So if you're in Ada, towards Lada, towards Herd, yeah, you've got to be inside of your shelter here, because like I said, this thing could literally drop a tornado at any moment if it's already not on the ground here. So see correlation coefficient here. Yeah, that's that. This is right here in South Central Oklahoma there, Crystal. But that is that's what we're looking at. When am I gonna do a house tour? Probably never. Yeah, look at all that purple. Yeah, all that purple right there, that's starting to show up. You know, obviously, maybe the potential there for some large hail. I mean, it shows hail up there over an 1.5 inches. Yeah, 1.5 inches is there. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Let's see. Sorry, just joined. No worries. Yeah, but like I said, I mean, these storms, guys, seriously having a hard time firing out here. You know, south of Wichita Falls. I mean, they're really. I mean, you can see that it's just basically a big maker, yeah, a big storm maker here. Like, it's right there at that boundary. That's nuts. Still radar indicated here for Ada. Okay, we're gonna watch that here for a little bit longer. We're gonna keep an eye on it. Whew, yeah, these storms are not nice looking. Yeah, look at that right there towards Ada. That is that's firing off pretty nasty. Wow. Yeah, so if you're there towards Lada, if you're there towards Lada or Ada, you might want to be in your shelter right now because, like I said, things are definitely kicking. Yeah, like I said, Ada has a population here of 16, almost 17,000 people. Which, if this thing decides it wants to drop a tornado here, a pretty big one, this would probably not be a good thing at all. Yeah, not good. Is the Ada tornado confirmed? As of now, it is not. Still radar indicated here. There is that area of rotation still kind of kicking. Just think that's clutter. I think that's more of like refraction from the hail, essentially. The radar beam hitting a hailstone and kind of scattering. So no, I don't think there's really anything. I don't think it's confirmed right now, but still, that rotation though is definitely tightening up. Not good. South one's still radar indicated. I think that's more of a damaging wind concern. The one just to the south, that one tornado warning, which is pretty crazy. But you know, it's starting to kick. It's starting to kick pretty good. Let's see here. Old Crankman says, is it going to be fine in Dearborn County, Indiana? Let's see. We're going to have to pull up Dearborn County, Indiana. What, southeastern side? Okay. No, you're actually right there in that enhanced risk, actually. The big risk for tomorrow. So definitely keep an eye out there for that one, okay? Yeah, definitely keep an eye out there for that one. But we'll continue this. We'll continue to watch this here. Yeah, like I said, tomorrow's gonna be another big day. So yeah, that rotation's definitely kicking. That's starting to strengthen here. We're still radar indicated as of now. Radar indicated rotation. So right now it's not confirmed yet. Channel 5 Chase would say nothing yet. Gotcha, yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, I actually have a lookout over here. Let's see. Hold on a second. We're going to pull this up here for 1 second, y'all. Okay. Holy cow. Let's see here. I'll be in school during this, says Old Crankman. Gotcha. Yeah, stay safe out there, my friend. Alright, well, you know what? Yeah, like I said, my friends, here pretty soon, I'm going to head off here. Like I said, because, you know, my girlfriend flew down from Florida. I had never get to see her. So I'm going to go spend some time with her probably here in the next few minutes. So if you guys did enjoy it, you know, feel free to leave a like. We're going to be going live probably again tonight, you know, once she goes to bed and all that stuff. So we'll continue this coverage here into tomorrow as well. So that's the plan. I want to keep you guys up to date. I want to make sure you guys are staying safe out there. So I'm probably gonna take the night coverage tonight. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna stay up late tonight, and I might go try to get a nap right now. And whenever I get back, whenever she goes to bed, spend some time with her. Actually, probably not take a nap. I'm gonna go spend some time with her, and then when she goes to bed, and I'll probably come back down here. Maybe get a little nap in between them. But all right, my friends. Well, once again, that's gonna wrap it up for now. I know there's a lot of tornado warnings popping off here. I get it, but like I said, I never get to see her, so I'm gonna go spend some time with her right now. But we will for sure be back later. Okay. We will for sure be back later. And once again, as always, a huge shout out goes to all the donators for today. First of all, Proxy, if you're still here, thank you so much, Proxy, for all of your support. Same thing here for Frank. Yeah, Frank Barber, thank you so much. Javier, Martinez, thank you so much. Ryan, thank you for the membership here, and Jenny, thank you so much for the donation as well. Like I said, if you guys would like to support our channel, if you guys would like to support what we do and keep us going, there's a little dollar icon there next to chat. If you guys would like to click on that, maybe send a few dollars our way, just to contribute to the community. And maybe, obviously, it'll go towards the programs we use and obviously help support me as well. So if you guys would be interested in that, consider it. It'd be greatly appreciated. If you've not already, consider hitting that subscribe button as well. Leaving a like, guys, would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, once again, we're gonna be back live again later on tonight, and all of that stuff there. And like I said, my girlfriend's just here. I'm gonna wait till she goes to bed, and then we're gonna kick back up here. I want to spend some time with her today, so we'll be doing all that. But once again, big thanks goes to our donors here. Once again, Jenny, we had ourselves Ryan with the membership. We have Javier, we have Proxy, we have Frank. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. You guys absolutely rock. And once again, if there's anything that we can do for you, if there's anything that you might be questioning about, if you're worried about something, like I said, if there's something that might be a little worrisome to you, like I said, if there's something that's a little worrisome to you, feel free to message me on Discord, because we have our Discord down in the description. You guys can take a look at that if you want to join it. That way you guys can stay up to date with all that stuff and everything going on there. But once again, we'll be back here later on, guys, for the night shift here later on tonight. Not sure exactly what time. It just depends on when everyone goes to bed and stuff like that. And we'll kick back up here. We'll go live again, and we'll try to pull a long night coverage. We'll see. And tomorrow we got a big day ahead of us too. Yeah, I see a lot of not much sleep in my future, essentially. It's be a lot of live time. All right, my friends. Once again, thank you all so much for joining us. You guys absolutely rock. Please stay safe out there, my friends. We'll be back live here. Once again, I'm not exactly sure what time, but we'll be back live here eventually. And once again, you guys absolutely rock. Consider hitting that subscribe button on the way out. Be greatly appreciated. Yo-Yo says, 3 hours of live. Excellent. Thank you so much. Yeah, we were trying to be here live here. Well, actually about 2.5 hours. Later on, we'll probably give you all some more, or we will be giving you guys some more coverage here later on. All right, my friends. Thank you all so much. Greatly appreciated. Very good live. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciated. And alrighty, guys. Thank you so much. And we will catch you guys here in the next one. Peace out, my friends. Catch y'all later tonight.
72 south at 14. Now let's check on your local forecast for the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex. Severe thunderstorm watch 33 in effect until 10 p.m. this evening. Tonight, partly cloudy with a chance of showers and thunderstorms this evening, then mostly cloudy with a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms after midnight. Some thunderstorms may be severe this evening. Lows in the upper 30s. South winds 10 to 15 miles an hour, becoming northwest 15 to 20 miles an hour with gusts up to 30 miles an hour after midnight. Chance of rain 50%. Thursday, mostly sunny. Much cooler with highs in the upper 40s. Northwest winds 15 to 20 miles an hour. Gusts up to 30 miles an hour in the morning. Thursday night, mostly clear. Cold with lows in the lower 30s. Northwest winds 15 to 20 miles an hour, becoming north 10 to 15 miles an hour after midnight. The hazardous weather outlook through tonight for North Texas. There is a chance of thunderstorms mainly north of Interstate 20 this evening and east of Interstate 35 after midnight. A few storms may become severe with large hail and damaging wind being the main threats. Spotter activation is not expected at this time. And now the hazardous weather outlook for Thursday through Tuesday. No hazardous weather is expected at this time. The Dallas-Fort Worth climate summary for this evening, as of 6 p.m., February 15, 2023. Today's high temperature was 77 degrees and the low 45 degrees. No precipitation fell today, which leaves the monthly total at 3.48 inches. The total precipitation for the year still stands at 4.86 inches. The normal high temperature for tomorrow is 61 degrees, and the normal low is 40. The record high for tomorrow is 85, which occurred in 2006, and the record low is -2, which occurred in 2021. Sunset tonight is at 6:13 p.m. Sunrise tomorrow is at 7:11 a.m. The current time is 8:42 p.m. Central Standard Time. You are listening to NOAA, All Hazards Radio, the voice of the National Weather Service, station KEC 56. Serving the Dallas-Fort Worth listening area. The following reports of weather temperature and wind were made at 8 p.m. DFW Airport, partly cloudy, 72, dew point 62, relative humidity 71%, wind south at 14, pressure 29.67 inches and rising. Dallas Love Field, partly cloudy, 73, south at 9. Fort Worth Meacham, clear, 71, south at 14. Arlington, clear, 73, south at 12, gusting to 21. McKinney, clear, 68, southeast at 10. Denton, clear, 69, south at 13.